This week on the Fourth Culture.
In conclusion, 1, don't fuck with the harmonium. 2, don't fuck with the dabbers. 3, don't fuck with the Lady of Pain by bringing your deities here. 4, control your auras. Anyone here from Eberron? Anyone here from Eberron? There's a fairy person over there that is about to explode, and I just need to go and help them discover their anus.
She's made up of your spell.
What, you're telling me she's not real?
No.
What do you want me to do with that?
We have access to pure magic.
Yes.
Look, we can't stay here for 48 years. Like, we've got to get back.
We need to go back. We need to stop war from happening.
To travel through gates, you need a key. What you need to do is find the pit fiend's fang.
I just want to get us all home together.
Okay. No, don't do that. Don't do that thing. Okay. Why did you walk to the planet gate without knowing?
I was playing fetch!
Yeah, we were running
It's a perfectly
away
reasonable
from,
game
like,
to
other
play!
people.
There is no wrong way. It's just the long way.
I like it! Hello, and welcome to the Fourth Culture. My name is Ramji, and I will be your dungeon master and host as we explore the mysterious world of Urtu with our gang of fantastic players. We stream every Monday night at 7:11 p.m. Yeah.
Wow.
Just like the chain, we bear nothing. We're not copyright infringing or trademark
That's
infringing
right.
at all because we're a different domain of business.
Street
In
and
your
more.
face, shops.
It's a stream and more.
At Singapore time, we upload to YouTube approximately Thursday, though also known as Saturday this week.
Don't say 11.
Thursday, 11, indeed. Thursday-ish. We also stream other content on Thursday evenings in Singapore time, and this week we will be starting something new and exciting and magical and darkness things. A whole world of darkness things.
You cannot see me.
We're gonna basically do our best to ruin emo. We're gonna bring emo back and we're gonna ruin it.
I'm bringing emo back.
Yeah. In case you're, to be a bit more clear, Ed's going to attempt to run Vampire the Masquerade.
I'll do it, but
He's going to run Vampire the Masquerade. He's not played it in, 20 years?
not that long.
Okay, slightly under 20
By
years.
night.
Yeah, Singapore by night, yes, very much contemporary modern Singapore by night,
Yes.
and it will be damned. You're right.
Yeah.
All suggestions are welcome as to what. I haven't got a character yet, so this will be fun. I haven't played Vampire in 20 years, and so cool. This will be good. However, that's not what we're doing right now. What we're doing right now, we're doing that on Thursday. What we're doing right now is wandering around Urtu. Well, not Urtu, wandering around Sigil with me. This evening, our Survey Team 3 as Kie, the soul destroyer that is Licio.
Boom.
As Yrsa, the tea with Koshi, that is Sheena Chan. As Barra, really, he's well intended, you know, he means well. Jotan. And as Kaman, Barra, you have to think through your decisions. You know you have to think through your decisions, Barra, is the one and only Edward Choy. Lastly, but not leastly, our wonderful producers who are always keeping us on time and on track. It's Hans and Cheryl. Hans and Cheryl! As always, we'd like to say a big thank you to our friends at A Better Consultancy for continuing to make this nonsense possible. Lisa.
The arrow has been thrown.
Thrown literally. Quick! You need simple, honest, and straightforward technology advice to help you scale and grow your business. If you're based in Asia or looking to expand your business here, then get a hold of A Better Consultancy at www.abetterconsultancy.co.
Yes.
Such concept.
This is not a threat. It is merely a promise.
I'm getting in the Thursday mindset. Darkness.
Ventrals will grow your
Oh,
business.
braces.
You don't know anything.
I want to be a gangrel cat lady. And feed all the cats on the bird. Like, yes, daddy.
That was the Nickelback song that didn't make it. I want to be a gangrel. Anyway.
Cat lady.
In the cradle and the silver spoon. I don't know.
I'm so sorry. If you are enjoying this nonsense, please take a moment to follow, subscribe, like, or just send out good positive vibes. If you're on YouTube, leave us a comment and a thumbs up. Thank you so much, Rara, for doing that. It means a lot. And if you're on Twitch with us now, thank you for coming and hanging out. Say hi in chat. We have an amazing Discord community who talk nonsense and fun and good things, and sometimes not nonsense. You should join
A
it.
lot of sons as well.
Yeah.
Since.
Sons.
What about non?
Not always none.
Some non.
Some non.
Some
sons.
Yeah.
Some nonsense.
Some nonsense. You don't have to join. I mean, that's your choice.
Are you trying to do the pull away thing?
Yeah.
Like when you try to sell people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No, it's okay.
It's okay. I mean, I'm not here to tell you that this
No,
is the
come
best
back. How much?
250. Best price.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a good evening this evening.
Good friend, give you.
So,
Yes.
where we left you lot? Well, how did we get to where we left you lot, Sheena?
Good question.
We're like in the middle of Suntec City.
Previously
You'll
on
never
the
get out.
fourth culture. Yes. So we arrived on this strange new place and we saw these two very tall guards. Barra spoke to them using the tongue spell that Kaman cast on him and learned a few things like the fact that we were in Sigil, a place that is the Lady of Pain's domain, and told us that there was a whole bunch of rules that we were meant to follow. They called us primes, which we were very confused by, but we later figured out that they mean that we come from the prime material plane. Whatever that means. I'm just a barbarian. I don't know these things. We learned that we were in a school and told us to talk to the people in charge upstairs, who were the watchmen or the fraternity. So Barra and Kaman both tried to cast spells, and when they did, they took damage, even with simple spells like cantrips, which was quite alarming. We went up the stairs and found ourselves in a quad with many different types of people walking around the place, including what looked like a pit fiend and some kind of massively gorgeous celestial being who are talking to each other in a very cordial manner. So, we were a little bit alarmed, yes. Barra decided, for some reason, to stop to ask the pit fiend for directions. I'm like, there are a lot of people our size, but sure, okay, let's go ask the pit fiend. What followed was a very strange conversation. The pit fiend's name is Samuel Davis Sr., and the celestial is called Akim. They told us to go to the second floor of the reception, to the reception desk to ask for more, directions. And we learned that this place is called the Fraternity of Order, and also called the Cage, also called the Grand City of Sigil, and also called the Peak of the Outlands. We learned that people can't just leave this place unless they have keys, which is why Samuel Davis Sr. is stuck here. I'm assuming that this also means Akim is stuck here, but I'm not really too sure. Yes. We learned one very important thing, which if we saw a tall shadow with mice coming out of the head, run away, because that would be the Lady of Pain, and she actually rules this place. Very scary. Yes. And they also mentioned that this person called Lysandra would want to speak with us because we had come through a portal, and she would pay good money for about where we came from, because she's very capable that way. At least I assume it's a she. Yes. We got a name. Oh, yeah. So, they also asked us one very other important question, which is why are we not controlling our auras? To which we were like, see me aura. And so Samuel Davis Sr. very nicely cast a spell on us so we can see our aura. And we were like, oh, we see what you mean. Unlike everybody else's, which was nicely contained, ours was like, sharp, every so often. And it was a sign that we were out of control, and it's not a good thing. And it gave us directions to this person called Tripicus, who is a scholar, and said that he can probably help us about it, and gave us a name card and saying, we will have problems casting spells until our aura is under control. And so Akim told us, I think it's Akim, told us we might run into their friend who is called the Unity of Rings, and to say hello if we did. Okay, sure. So we found the receptionist, who is a Githyanki, at the desk, and said that they would sort us out. And we realized that Bob was missing, and found out that he was still stuck with the guard stalking, so we quickly ran down to grab Bob and run up again. We learned that the guards, who were Steve and Barry, were trying to recruit our Bob for the harmonium, whatever the heck that is. So anyway, we realized very importantly that Bob can somehow talk and understand their language with no problem. Very strange. So we went upstairs again, told the receptionist about Ern's passing, and she wanted his full name, but we don't know what his full name is. We showed Barra showed her a minor image of Ern, but again she didn't recognize him. Then after that, the receptionist explained to us, sigil is like a ring. It's 20 miles around. So if we keep walking in the same direction, we'll end up in the same spot. She gave us a rule book and also explained that the city was very expensive. Gems are actually worth a lot more than gold. Unfortunately, we had sold all our gems at the auction house, thinking that, yes, easier to split up the money this way. Haha, fools. Anyway, we bought 4 scrolls to learn the basics of sigil common for her. And then realized that we actually have 5 people in the party because Afina's still with us, so we bought another one. Yes. And then Bob told us that Ern had brought him here before and visited a number of people, but told him to keep them a secret, which was a bit sus, but never mind. Continue. We went out to Sigil proper and found that it was a very busy, confusing place with people of different races. We found this inn called the Angel's Rest that we were recommended to go to, and was run by a dwarf called Hoffy. We paid for our rooms, and Afina seemed very uncomfortable and kept wanting to leave. So we managed to convince her to stick around with us at least until we got our auras under control with this Tripicus person. And then after that, if she wants to, she can, go away lah. We're not gonna hold her back, This might be a very safe place for her to be. Hopefully, the one who must not be named cannot find her here. Yes. So we took a short rest in the room. Kaman tried to visit Eijnar, but realized he couldn't. Which was strange, because that has never happened before. I had a short conversation with Koshi and learned that he turned himself into a sword because his whole family had been transformed into deathless. So anyway, there are 8 other weapons that are like him, but not like him. In that they're like lesser versions of him. And they're out there somewhere in the world. And ideally, they should all be being used to kill deathless, but I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, Barra said that, Bob was lying a lot about knowing things in order to protect the party. And then asked the 2 of us to go and speak with him. We tried to marshal our, motherly instincts and went to talk to Bob. So I had to explain to him that, now you are part of the party. You are part of Survey Team 3. And if you give us bad information and then we get into trouble, then how? So, in order not to get into trouble, you must tell us the truth. If you know nothing, it's okay one. You don't have to know everything. Because if you fake that you know a thing and then we get into trouble, then how? So thankfully, Bob seemed to understand that. And we started making up rules about how he should behave. And it was a kind of a strange thing. We have this new game now. The rule or what?
The fact game.
Yeah. What is a fact? So yeah, it's only fun until you, for the first 2 minutes. Anyway, so we are going now to find Tripicus at Cafe Leonin. And let's see how things go from here.
Yay!
So, yes, thank you very much, Sheena. So it brings us back to where we find you all approaching the entrance to the Cafe Leonin as you've walked your way from, pardon me, where you were staying. So now I'm speaking a different language, don't I? You walked away from where you're staying down towards the Bazaar district, and as you do so, as you headed towards the Grand Bazaar, you turned a little bit, and you found your way to Cafe Lynn, where there was a sign saying, cakes, pastries from many different realms, also Tripicus's lectures for primes. Or there or thereabouts, I can't remember, because continuity's for losers. And so, where you then find yourself is outside with Bob kind of continuing to say, okay, Kie, what's a fact?
Facts are truths.
You're supposed to tell me a fact.
Oh, I am a halfling.
Oh, you did that one already.
No, I didn't.
We've done 35 minutes of playing this game. You need to tell me another one.
Where's Athena?
You're not Kie.
No, I'm asking a question to everyone
Like we
else.
said, she should go, so like she left.
No,
and...
no, she's right there. She's at the back.
Yeah, she's trailing behind you
Oh
guys.
really? I thought we lost her. No.
No,
no,
she was
she's
trailing.
trailing.
She's trailing.
Oh,
You
okay.
lost sight of her for a minute with a
We-
projector.
We
She's
explained to
trailing.
her the need for her to get her aura in check first before
Okay.
she fucks off.
So she is there with the blue light mantle.
Oh. I give a little wave to her. Does she sort of like...
Don't. What? No, she wants to be left alone. Just.
Yeah, just like pretend she's a cat.
Yeah,
You know?
just. Yeah.
Don't look at her.
I know.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
If she comes to rub herself against you, then let her lah. But you don't go and catch her.
I don't... Okay. So...
Play the fact game. Bob wants to know a fact. Kie, tell Bob a fact.
Hmm.
Come on, make it a good one.
Barra is sad. She looks at Athena at the back. Looks at her again.
Are you sad, Daddy?
Ah.
Is that a fact? Because Kie couldn't lie to me because of the rule number 1
I believe that.
of
Barra
the
is sad.
survey team 3.
Okay. Yeah.
Done,
Look,
Yrsa?
oh
I
God.
don't
You know.
think it's mission critical things.
Yes, Daddy's mission critical. Daddy's happiness is mission critical.
Yes. Okay. So
Aw.
another mission critical thing is that we got to go inside and find this nice man, and he's called Tripicus. Tripicus.
Yes, I suppose we
And
should.
let's go.
I'm make for the door.
And as you head towards this lovely door,
I'm
which
gonna assume it slides.
That
It's
refuse to
open.
open.
there you go, hit the button.
Oh, we
Hey.
haven't seen the city by night before. It's nice.
So
Yeah,
cool.
that's
So
pretty.
you will,
What the hell did the sun set? Where is the sun? Oh my god.
Oh, there isn't sun. That's
Yeah,
the thing,
that's true,
right?
yeah.
So what's
Where's
this place lit by fluorescent lights?
So confused.
Yeah, sun. Where's the sun in a disc?
I
Yeah.
will move you guys in just a second, but as you see into here, as you step inside, you see a very busy and bustling room. In fact, it is full of
Looks like something.
very bright lit people who are, it's almost like you walk into this room and your aura sight has turned back on again. Like, except, you know, no one's casting a spell on you or anything else, and you're seeing all these people that are there, and they've got little cracks on them, and they've got little sort of like things in the same way that you are leaking aura.
Oh, it's our people.
And as you do so, you look over, you can actually see there's a couple of people who are just bright, like sources of blinding
Yeah.
light in the corner. But there's probably, 20 or so folks in this room. And one of the things that comes to your attention as you look around this room is
It's the giant? The giant with
there
the
is in
giant
fact a
axe?
very large giant. He doesn't have a large giant axe on him.
Okay.
He's just a very, very large person. And he seems to just be there. He's also leaking power from him in the same way as this aura sight's done.
Wow.
But it doesn't seem to be flooding the room in proportion. Right? So it's just sort of like, but it's just sort of still, it looks like it's crackling through. Almost like almost like he's wearing a Spider-Man outfit. Like,
the Midnight Sun's
the midnight-
outfit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and as you walk in, the other thing that's quite strange is there appears to be a large table. This is clearly a tavern of some sort or a cafe, but for this moment, it is not. It's a lecture hall. All the tables have been repurposed into things that people are sitting behind, and on the other side of the tavern, behind what is clearly a large painting or something that has been turned back to front with a piece of paper that's now been attached to it. Stood in front of which is a...
Let me guess. He's a large humanoid Westie.
Westie?
That's what he looks like.
As
From,
in like
picture.
UST.
What kind of Westie looks like this?
from where we were.
Oh.
It's a bit like,
Doesn't he?
So cute.
Sheena?
What kind of Westie looks like
Maybe
that?
like a
No
Westie.
idea.
Yeah, large humanoid
Oh,
Westie.
he does a bit actually, in fairness.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, he wasn't going to be, but fuck it, he is, right? So, a large Westie, like a giant, huge Chewbacca-sized Westie, is sort of stood at the at the beginning, sort of like
It's
here,
really cute.
in the middle of a sentence. If you open the door and he goes, "Oh, I've only just started, so you should come in, both of you, come in, all of you. In fact, how many are there? Oh, good heavens, there's so many of you. Come in, before we make a mess outside. Come in.
Does Bob have the aura problem as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, as Bob kind of strides on in, as you all stride in, I'm not going to move your pieces in just right now, but you kind of all step in. You see that actually these tables are busy, and you also notice that you light up as you step in, right?
Ooh.
Also, like you see where you're leaking, and the different cracks on you, and you see the same as Troy and Bob. And as Athena does kind of come in behind you guys, right, and you sort of cast a quick sort of glance behind you to see, She also, to a relatively smaller extent, because she's not as powerful as you guys, right, does give off little bits of, light and various other cracks, as it were.
I try to surreptitiously glance at two very bright people.
Sure. So there are a couple of very bright people at the back. One is blindingly bright in this corner over here. The other one, which is sort of over here. You can make out the one that's over sort of in the sort of back center of the room, as it were, is on their own and appears to be some sort of fey creature. They sort of seem to have wings and bells and ding, 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 ding,
Oh, that's amazing.
ding, ding, ding.
I whisper to Kie.
I think the level of brightness is how powerful a person is.
Kie looks at herself. How bright am I?
You can't really perceive yourself.
Oh.
It's okay.
I look at Yrsa.
I mean, how bright is Yrsa?
I don't
I don't know. I'm asking.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's all like it's make an Arcana roll.
It's probably a +0, right?
There's a side of the table that does physical stuff, and there's a side of the table that does.
know. Well, isn't that
Kie
one,
stuff.
guys?
No, it's a 7.
It's a 7.
It's a natural 7.
Yeah, so it's an 8.
It's an 8.
Yay!
She's 1,000 feet tall in your eyes.
No.
Oh, I think you're right.
But as you come into the room, you see this chap goes, just grab any seat that you can. I will, for the sake of this moment, I will literally just restart what I was saying, because honestly, I hadn't started. Well, sort of had, but it's fine. Don't worry, you're fine. You're fine.
Come on, shots. Thank you.
Good. Sit down. Oh, very interesting. Oh, where? If you don't mind, I'd love to see you after this lecture. If you don't mind, especially you four, and you over there, if you survive, and you in the corner over there. Well, yeah, I probably won't. Actually, it's fine. Don't worry. Welcome to Sigil, everybody. Welcome.
Welcome.
Yes. Well done.
Remembering when he was a student. Welcome to Sigil, everybody. Everybody gotta repeat what he said.
I'm taking notes.
Welcome to Sigil, everybody.
But Barra, I don't think this is formal
Okay,
education.
never mind. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Keep going.
He goes, my name is Tripicus, or you can call me Professor Tripicus, or Dr. Tripicus, or alternatively Miss Tripicus, or just Tripicus. I am, for the avoidance of all curiosity, a Westie, which is a rare and very much here before, never seen species. But this is an intrinsic point of Sigil, which is you think you've seen it all, and by golly, you bloody well haven't, right? And so it's sort of left to me to help you understand what the hell's going on, because you all look like a bunch of very thoughtful and well-educated folks, because you're in this room.
Roll insight.
Yes.
24. Is he being sarcastic?
He's here for the next hour. Please tip your servers. But he's not being sarcastic. He's being unnecessarily polite.
Got it.
Yeah. Because he doesn't really know who you all are. He's just here doing a service, right? So neutral, perhaps is the phrase. Anyway, so he then says, right. So things that you probably don't know, but you wish you should about Sigil. I'm sure everyone's told you, and he kind of then proceeds to talk a little bit about the Lady of Pain. It's a good point. He sort of scans around them and goes, how many of you have been here more than a week? No hands raised. Right? Yes, how many of you have been here more than a day? There's a few hands crop up around the room. And he goes, right, well, important facts. We'll start with the ones that will keep you alive. Sigil is this giant ring that we live in. It sits above the top of the Outlands, which is a plain. If you're not familiar with plains, it is a word that means multiple things. It can be used to shear wood. It can be used to create a flat surface. Most importantly of all, it can be used to provide some form of aviation, but not here. Here, it represents the differences between existences and how they are perceived. Are you still with me?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
Here I am.
So, where was I?
Donut above the plane.
Oh, yes.
Plane.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. He adjusts his glasses a little bit. You notice that he is very finely dressed. In fact, to the point of this Westie is wearing beautiful, high-grade silks, sort of like, in the sort of like a long robe, sort of tied together at the waist. If anything, it's almost louche, one might say. He's a certain rakishness about him when he's got the glasses on. Completely incongruous, right?
Not a monocle, glasses.
No, glasses, like he's perched at the end of his sort of...
Oh, that's cute.
Is he cute like Bob? He's a giant Westie.
He is...
Does he look like
nothing and no one, I think, can be cute like Bob. Huh?
There's a giant Westie picture with a monocle anyway.
Yes. And he says, he goes, right, so, where was I? Ah, yes, that's right. So, plains, Outlands, Sigil, and important things. There are some really neutral people called the Dabus. You'll know who they are. They're the grey people outside who wander around fixing things. If you talk to them, they may communicate with you through illusions or little magical symbols. I suggest you don't talk to them, and you certainly don't fight with them, because they are the servants, arguably the property of the Lady of Pain, and she returns 100-fold anything that's done to them. So,
if we give them stuff, they give us stuff back?
No, unfortunately, because that's not how this universe works. I'd like to know more about the universe you come from, though, because I'll go there if it works like that. So, other things that are useful for you to know. If you see someone like that, and he points over at someone in the corner, and there is a very large, sort of golden armored person that's there. Looks quite like the people, Barry and Steve, who were the guards who were at the doors of the place you came in. He sort of points over at there, the one in the corner. He goes, "You see one like that? That person is a member of the Harmonium. The Harmonium are probably the closest thing that you'll get towards someone who just won't kill you for being a Burke."
That's a buck.
Well, right now, Kata, you're a Burke.
What's an atta?
No, Kata.
Kata?
Kata.
Is it because I have knives?
Yes, precisely. It is because you are a warrior of some sort. The slang refers to you as Kata, because you cut people.
Sure.
What about those of us with staffs?
You would be considered Basher.
Well, what about like those of us with instruments?
Burke.
Oh.
But
It's an open book. We just read it.
Right. What about those of us with instruments who can't play them, like Kie? We tried to play like a flute like 10,000 times, never worked.
I will cut you.
Oh, you should go sword. Yeah, she's cut it.
And here we see the classic example of exactly how things spiral out of control in Sigil. A bantering conversation will lead one thing to another. Next thing you know, blood is on the streets and ancestral violence spills over from your planes of origin. Before you know it, your gods have been invoked and stepped through the portals appearing on the streets of Sigil. But wait! This Lady of Pain arrives, and you're all dead. So, anybody that has access to deities or deity powers to bring those deities to these planes, do us all a favor. Don't, because you're dead and your deity might be going with you. So, that's public service number 2. Number 3, because number 2 was the harmonium. Brilliant, we're doing good here. finally, on the public service announcement is the following. You're all probably noticing that the lighting in this room is a bit confusing. Well, it is because I have cast an incantation.
Polite clapping.
Incantation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Slash
Thank
golf
you.
clap.
Thank you. So you can see each other's auras with the same clarity that somebody who has learnt and ascended their aura control could. If you aren't familiar with auras from where you're from, it's because often, in fact I will say consistently, the magical system where you are is, how would I say this in a manner you would understand, buggered beyond all belief. So you're probably used to some sort of thing where you wake up in the morning and you want to cast a spell, and so you have to huff on some Weetabix or, chew on some chewy juice or, some magic goodies or soul snuff or whatever the hell it is you all do wherever you're from. That is not how the majority of the well-ordered universe that's organized by Mechanus and the Modrons works. In fact, everybody else just taps themselves into the weave of creation and channels the power like respectable citizens. So, you are sitting here is a group of, let's call you, magic junkies. And you're about to, or you have already experienced, the DTs. Have any of you experienced the DTs?
Yeah.
What was it like for you? You over there, the blonde one.
Oh yeah. Hi guys. I'm Baz on my book. Anyway, so what it was, I tried to cast like 2 spells, and then I was like, oh no, oh fuck, and it was like it really hurt. It's like I had it's like I had constipation or something like that, and it's just like, oh, it's really bad. And I was like, fuck, and then I cast a spell, but I felt like a bit weaker after that. So that's my story. Anyway, hi, nice to meet you guys. This is my friend.
I would like to know what the DNTs are.
Thank you very much. What was your name?
Baz of the Book.
Baz of the Book. Of the Book. Well, fantastic. It's in the name. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bazza. And sorry, you said something about the...
What are the DNTs?
What are the deities?
DTs.
Oh, I was
DTs.
wondering what the DNTs
No,
are.
DTs.
Oh, no, the DTs.
Yeah.
The detoxes and deities. Which one did you mean?
Both? What are...
Well, detox is a thing that happens when you are, well, fine. And obviously you're dealing with the change in your body, the difference between one system of power and another, perhaps. Your body goes into some sort of meltdown or similar. I mean, I'm not a cleric, who's not a cleric, goddammit. And beyond that, the deities are, well, over here, they're pretty much food for the lady.
So, how can we access the magic that we now no longer have access to?
Ah, well, good. What a great question. You should come here more often. Checks in the post, young man. Now, what was it? What was it I was saying? Yes.
Tapping into the weave.
Well, yes. Steady. Now, in order to do this properly, you need to actually be able to marshal your own inner reserves rather than huffing on whatever go-go juice you've been huffing on. If, on the other hand, some of you have been casting spells without go-go juice or other equivalent things, you need to raise your hand now. No, good stuff. Okay, right. Oh, you're casting spells?
Sort of, I think. I mean, I can sometimes speak with animals.
Do you need any go-go juice to do so? Any soul dust? Any acts of something or the other?
I don't. Well, yeah, I mean, I have to make the animal sound. Yeah, and then I go around and circle, do the dance.
The answer is no.
Yeah, and sometimes I become really handsome. I look like Jason Momoa, and I don't have to suck on any go-go juice.
Ah, right. So very often, what we in academic circles like to refer to as intrinsic powers that you have gained, as essential powers, parts of your essence, if you will. Your essence is, how do I say? Your essence is grow with you. So your abilities that are partly driven by these essences are not, they're already automatically filtered from the weave directly. This is part of the evidence that you don't need your go-go juice or your line of Charlie or whatever you want to call it in order to be able to cast your spell, because your essence abilities come directly through that path.
Okay.
So, anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go through a very simple meditation exercise for those of you who aren't direct essence users, because you obviously are, that will help you get a control of your basic aura.
Oh, meditation. What?
Okay.
So, everybody, start with me. If you can take a moment, and I want you to just sit and put your feet on the floor. If you can't put your feet on the floor because you can't feel the floor, or you are flying like our friend in the back, or you are otherwise without feet, don't worry about it. It really is just about sitting in a place of center for yourself. Then once you've done, yes.
If the chair is too high, can I just sit on the floor?
Yes, that will work. Or you can cross your legs beneath.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. If you don't mind crossing your legs the other way, because that's rather distinct.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Very good, very good. Now, if you carry on now, continuing, I want you to imagine a piece of string pulling your head up. That is, of course, assuming you have only one head. If you have two heads, it'll be pulling up the center of your spinal column. And as you've done so, with your eyes closed, imagine a beholder's green disintegrate ray moving its way down. Yes?
What is a beholder?
Oh, very good point. It is a large spherical ball of death and reality.
Oh, the one you killed the other time
What-
that
what
was
we
rotting.
The potato nana.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
the potato tianak. The potato tianak.
The potato tianak.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's the beholder.
What is the green disintegrate ray?
It is a large ray of green that will come shooting at you, and probably you wouldn't be here if you felt it.
Oh, so are we supposed to be calm when we imagine
Calm.
that?
It's metaphorical, or simile. It's like simile. So the point I was making is just imagine a green light that comes from your head,
Okay. moves
moves through the different parts of your body, and then reaches your feet.
Okay.
As you do so, do you notice anything? And I need you all to roll insight, please.
19.
It was not a
10.
good roll, friends. It was not a good roll.
12.
Okay.
Loading.
Oh no, she's taking all our money.
So, Barra, you notice actually just how bloody good you smell. 4. Yrsa, you notice that actually Barra smells quite good. I wonder if he's changed his perfume or something. I don't know what's going on there, but he's maybe something changed up there.
Sweet.
Smells really good. Kie, you notice that Bob needs a wash.
Everyone gets to smell nice things, and I smell that.
I got a long trail of vengeance on you. Shag one cheek. But yes, you roll?
19.
Okay, you on the other hand realize as you're meditating here, plus with the aura sight around you, that there are very clear signs of nodes in your body where there's concentration of this energy. There's one, not surprisingly, quite close to your third eye. There's another one in your throat. There's one in your chest. There is one lower down near your, of course, your belly. There is one down by your whoop, and then there is there are sort of a couple down by your knees, right?
Oh, chakra.
And so he says, you, the more observant of you, may have noticed something. Don't tell me. Keep observing.
Smell.
If you have noticed something, these are gates, if you will.
The smell? Sorry, what?
No, the notes,
I
the
smell-
concentrations of
Yeah,
energy.
you get the note. There's notes
The
of
nodes.
bergamot. There's notes of like bergamot and like oak.
No, I'm not getting that.
Points of
I'm
energy.
not getting that.
Points of energy in your
Points
body.
of energy. Yeah.
Between your eyes.
I
Okay.
Between my eyes.
didn't put my cologne there. I don't.
And
anyway.
your solar plexus.
Nah.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay. Yeah. It's okay. I'll try harder.
And you hear behind you, you hear some various mutterings in different languages, but you also hear someone go, I don't bloody know what he wants me to do. It just seems to be, consider your anus or something. But and you look around, you see a dragonborn cursing at another one in the corner. But
Consider your anus.
I tried considering my anus.
You understand?
Okay, make another insight roll.
It's considerable.
Hey, it's much better.
What's wrong? Yeah, actually,
yeah.
interestingly enough, you find an important meridian, and heading back up that, you obviously come to your sex chakra, right? You boom, straight up there. You're like, huh, okay. You know what?
What is it? What is it?
Sometimes it needs a different path, right? But the point remains is you sort of like you then do that. You then are able to kind of like see and perceive that there's a network of these sort of gates within you.
Well, what did you say? What did you say?
It's like an energy
What?
in my anus.
I consider
And
my
then
anus.
after that, in
Go.
my belly button,
Considering
I'm
anus.
considering it.
chest, and then
It all starts from
12.
the butt.
12.
I get
Um,
here.
You don't know what they're talking about, but you do know it's a hell of an anus.
Okay, yeah, it's a good one. Good job, Azza.
However, as he continues, he goes, and so the lines of force that you feel connecting these gateways are known as your meridians.
Ah.
Not to be confused with the 80s rock band of a similar name, Marillion. No? Nobody? Nothing? No? Well, I was just fishing. Now, let us continue. So, now that you've identified your meridians and you've found your gates, what you should be focusing on is attempting to open these gates to allow the flow of energy through your body without it then leaking. Because as you can see, and you two can see this, you guys have no idea what's going on, right? You can see that there are areas where there are build-up of power is leaking through your body rather than percolating around your body.
Yeah, we can all see that, but
No, but then you have to concentrate it.
okay.
Yeah.
So,
I stare at one of my leaking ones.
Make an intimidation roll.
You're scaring your leak into submission.
Where's my usual leader? Possible.
Oh, what? Roll?
18.
Okay, which one were you staring at?
I don't know, my chest one.
Sure. See, and you notice that there's just this bit of movement as like it sort of just begins to move in either direction and then reaches where you sort of like the heart chakra is, and then that just begins to start rotating and just opens up a little,
oh,
and like it just soothes its way up, and it just calms down.
what's going on?
Yes.
Do I see anything?
You don't see something you saw earlier. Earlier on, you also had a little crack here with light pouring through it, and now she does not have a little crack there.
Okay,
You fixed it up.
I did.
okay.
I stared at it really hard. You need to see the sucker first.
Okay, so just Kie, like since we can't see our own, I think we should try to intimidate each other's. Okay?
How? That's not what the teacher
You
said.
got like shit coming out of your ear. Stop it! I won't intimidate. Stop! Stop looking at!
No, you're gonna roll actually, yeah, you're gonna roll intimidate, and Kid, can you roll a charisma save for me, please?
Oh no!
The hardest one.
Stop licking! It's a dirty 20.
Ooh.
20?
No, that's a
18.
14.
14. Well, so basically what happens is Barra says, stop it, and you go, huh? Stop what? Like, you're just completely unaffected by anything Barra tells you.
Oh, no, it's not working. It's still coming out.
No.
Oh, you try. Wait, where's the leaks?
Where?
So Barra is...
Everywhere?
But it's not, I would say, there's a little bit on the chest, there's a little bit just on the right cheek, there's a bit that's sort of on the bicep,
Okay.
heavily muscled abs, obviously. You
Okay,
know.
yell.
Heal. Go back in.
Absolutely no effect. Absolutely no, not even a dice roll on that.
I was trying to go for the gentle approach because yours didn't work.
You gotta master the chakras.
Okay, can I
The
see,
thing
like, three,
you
like,
have to
tattoos
realize,
on
I
your
see that
face?
some of you are looking at this as a collaborative exercise, and don't get me wrong, there is a concept of, one might say cultivation, if that's an appropriate term, that you could do with multiple people, but that is advanced. What we're talking about now is your own individual, inner, spiritual journey. I am not a priest. I
Okay.
am mostly doing this because I don't really want to see all of you just fall apart in the streets because,
We couldn't find anything. Any other tips?
really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
One tip. Come on, one tip.
Did you contemplate Uranus?
Oh, I did. I'll try it again.
Oh, you did already. Try focusing on your pineal gland.
What is
But
a
she
pineal
don't have
gland?
It is in between your well, yes, you only have two eyes, but yes, in between your two eyes, just above
Oh, I thought you meant
where
something
your
else.
friend would have their
I totally
roughly about
thought-
there.
Okay. You got me there. Oh, you got me good. Okay.
Oh, not your pineal. Oh, good heavens!
Oh.
Anyway,
Oh.
I'm focusing.
Yeah. So
Don't frown.
Kaman's just like, oh, that's easy. Just keep.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're good. You found your meridians. You're unblocking shit. Whatever you want to, however you want
I'm
to.
going to.
Because you're like your first roll past you, and the way that Sheena's second roll past her, so it's
Yeah.
just you guys.
I'm-
What was it again?
Fiber in your diet.
What was it again? What kind of rule?
Inside.
Besides.
13.
13 and
I've got to use my legendary resistance.
It's not safe, is it? Ability check?
it's not a save, no.
Oh shit.
And so what he'll do instead is he comes over and sees that he's walking around and talking to people in the way that, like, professors
Yeah.
will do when they're doing the school, right? And so, so if you guys are quite happy.
Oh, no, stop! Stop leaking!
And he sort of
Stop it!
he's walking over to somebody else first, and he goes,
Stop leaking!
I said, he sort of says to the person who's complaining, he goes, I said, contemplate your anus, not put a finger in it, young man. Or young person. I don't really know how your species works, but it moves along and then goes
Stop
on.
Stop leaking!
No,
It
no,
doesn't work.
something isn't helping.
Did somebody say licking
Fine.
anus?
No.
Oh, right.
No.
So they're not supposed to finger themselves. What else can they do?
Yeah, Barra.
Right, good. Okay, so you contemplated your anus, didn't work. Did you contemplate your pineal?
Yeah, I didn't
I'm
work
trying,
either.
I'm
It was
trying.
13.
Wow, you are well, you know what? Your friends here are obviously rather accomplished at basic spiritual practice. Have you considered maybe a monastic life, spending some time in a monastery,
No.
getting a little bit more acquainted
She was from a monastery,
your
but it was a swinger one.
Oh, I've got an idea.
Hmm.
Maybe we could turn them upside down and they could contemplate their knees.
Contemplate their needs?
Knees.
They're Tang Lang Ni or they're Ang Mo Ni.
Oh, I was thinking the leg joints because
Oh.
there's meridians there too.
Yeah, there's
Ang Mo Ni. Sorry, segue. Tang Lang Ni refers to your breast. Ang Mo Ni refers to your knees. Okay, moving on.
what was the first one?
Tang Lang Ni,
And it refers to your
breast.
oh, fair enough. Okay.
Tang Lang is Chinese.
Oh.
Ni is the word we use for breast.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Hokkien for boobs.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you say ni hao, it's a
Oh,
whole different meaning.
Different language.
Different.
Yeah.
Sure.
Different.
Now, moving on. Before I abuse the Hokkien dialect any further, it sort of says, "Well, right, okay. Right. Well, I do have a certain thing I could do to help people who are, let's just say, in remedial class." And he sort of like puts his sort of westy paw, and he's got the most adorable little things. It's like it's so big as well. Big, giant toe beans. And he puts his giant westy paw in you, and he goes, "You can do it." And looks at you and goes, "You can do it. I believe in you." Yeah.
Should we roll again?
Yeah.
Roll again with advantage.
Oh,
Let's take this thing.
so nice.
that was worth it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It was so cute.
19.
Barra? 19.
Yeah, 19.
So where he pats you on the head, right? You feel your crown chakras, right? And you're like initially you're like, is that just some sort of Westy magic, right? And you realize it is not Westy magic. In fact, that is a part of your energetic connection to the multiverse. And so from that, you then see these meridians carving their way through your bodies. And I think what I will need from you both is how you are going to convince yourself to dissipate the kind of, or to control your aura.
I'm going to persuade myself.
Remember, you are going to use a charisma saving throw against yourself. So the things that you're good at are going to be the things that you're good at. You know what I mean?
No.
Right, so you're good at resisting charisma things.
Yes.
So are you going to be good at deluding yourself? Of course you are, your Barra, just roll.
Yeah.
Delude yourself.
Wait, so
Persuade yourself.
How is Kie going to force this energy into order in her body?
she uses some form of acupuncture to kind of just like.
Okay, you're going to punch
Redirect.
yourself.
What skill?
You're going to punch yourself, and Barra's going to torture themselves. So
I'm
what's
going
Barra going
to
to say?
deceive myself.
Go ahead, do it.
That is.
Everything's fine. I got everything under control. I'm a big boy now. I'm a big boy. I've got everything under control. Life is cool. Oh yes, everything's good. Good job, Bazza. Everything's fine.
Barra, inside voice, inside voice.
I do not use my inside voice.
He goes, tantric practice, I see. Very good, very good. Go ahead.
Can I use one?
Survival.
We'll come to you in a second. Go on.
Wait, so do I roll a save or what?
Just roll deception.
Deception, okay. Oh, shit.
Oh no.
That's a 15.
Now you can make a charisma save.
Save against 15.
Okay.
You know what? I'll let you make a wisdom save just to be on your side.
What?
Your wisdom save is
Your wisdom save is way worse.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you do in fact manage to convince yourself that you have this under control.
Yeah.
And he's like, very, very good. Very good. Yep. And he looks over at Yuki, and you're planning on using
Acupuncture. Acupuncture.
acupuncture. So
Yeah.
you're gonna punch yourself a bit.
Yeah.
Acupuncture.
Cool. So I think
Strategic.
I would like you to make an attack roll.
Oh shit. Wait, just. I rolled an 8.
Plus.
And
Yeah,
then
don't forget
Anam.
your pluses.
Yeah, you're an arm strike.
Yeah.
Anam
Which
is.
is gross because she's a monk.
Plus 9.
Okay, what the hell
So
are you
17.
doing?
Does
What's
she
your
punch
normal
her soul out of her body?
My normal AC is 18.
Oh,
So you
no.
miss.
I miss punching
You
myself.
miss punching yourself. So you try again.
You're so
and
good
you're
at
like,
dodging
the
attacks.
first time you're like, oh, you're like,
Can you not dex yourself?
yeah, you just like dex yourself, and you're like, okay. So I need you to make a wisdom save as well, please.
Hey.
No, it's good. If your wisdom is bad, it's good.
Does she want to fail this?
No, you can start.
Oh no.
I have
Halfling?
halfling.
Yes, go ahead.
Did she roll 1?
Yeah,
I did. Okay. What wisdom save? 8 plus 4.
Okay,
So-
so you do just about manage to convince yourself to not move when you punch yourself. Like you're just there going, okay, but I'm trying to punch myself because I need to do this acupressure shit because this is the way I'm going to do it. And so you end up just going, bah, 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 bah. And after a while you're like, oh, it hurts. Why am I doing this? But then the Westie turns and goes, very good, very good, very good. Then he looks over at Bob and he goes, now, what about you, young man? You appear to be, man. You appear to be, have you been paying attention? Bob goes, tell me a fact about yourself. Tell me a fact. And he goes, well, my name is Tripicus. He goes, okay. So I tried contemplating and I farted.
Oh,
No wonder.
What?
Bob. Oh.
Is there another way of doing this? I don't seem to be able to do it.
Bobby, between your eyes.
Can I assist him?
You can roll for Bob.
I can roll for Bob. Can I ask hey, I think he needs your help.
Oh, right. Then I walk up to Bob. Just focus on my finger. And then I tap him. Cool. Just above the beak.
Yeah.
roll natural.
Which one?
What are you rolling for?
Oh no. Is it? No, you're rolling.
You don't need to roll anything.
help.
You're
Okay.
just doing guidance, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you've cleaned your chakras. So
Yes,
you're
that's
good.
right. I don't need to make
You don't
any
need to roll
rolls.
anything. You're good.
It's good. Let's clear that one out of my.
Bob's insight is
I think it's plus nothing or plus 2. I can't remember. I think plus
Current
nothing.
sheet here somewhere.
I'll check it out. It's okay.
So, and then roll the. I assume you're giving bardic inspiration as well, are you?
Yes.
I'll ask for guidance.
Okay.
I
So
didn't-
it's one.
D4.
Okay, so that was that's a 14 and
16.
16.
Okay. So you can see the Bob goes, and he lets out another fart.
And you're
But then he kind of goes, "Oh no, I can see it." Oh. And then there's a Triplicus then goes, "Yes, well, yes, very, very well done. Yes, though I must admit, rather you know, all good, all good, all good. You know what you need, young man? You need more fiber. Fiber. May I suggest some form of mushroom creatures? I mean, there are many. A trip to the Underdark, wherever you're from, perhaps. Sort a few things out for you.
I'm sorry, you're asking him to eat actual mushroom people?
Well, I mean, he's rather large. He's not going to do very well with just a little bit of stuff growing on a tree, is he?
I suppose, what if he ate people who wear clothes?
What?
You know, with the clothes on.
Yeah,
Clothes and
that's a
fiber?
type of fiber, yeah.
But
That would work.
Okay.
But only if they're wearing hemp, right?
What, flax or any form? I mean, cotton would be fibrous, wouldn't it?
You know, yeah.
Most things are fibrous. I mean, I wouldn't suggest anything that would be plastic of any sort.
What's
So,
plastic?
it's a sort of formation that comes from an inorganic compound. I'm not that familiar with it myself. It comes from some of the folks who pop in from Eberron talk to me about it now and then. Anyone here from Eberron? Anyone here from Eberron? No, not in today, it seems. Oh no, there is one over there. Yes, he seems to be having a bad day.
I've just got a question for you, Professor.
Hmm.
Do you give these talks every day?
Usually once a week,
Oh.
but sometimes, as these have it, it tends to be sometimes it goes through seasons. Sometimes it's once a week. Sometimes it's twice or 3 times a week.
Right. And do you get paid for doing this?
No, not at all.
Oh.
Why would I get paid for doing this?
So why do you do it?
Because I get to meet really rather interesting folks like yourselves.
Oh.
Which, as I said, I'm very curious about you two, but just before we do, there's a fairy person over there that is about to explode, and I just need to go and help them discover their anus. I shall be returned.
Discover.
Do purify yourselves. Just keep going. It'll take about half an hour, and then I'll finish.
You're okay! You're doing well! You're doing well!
Strangely fascinated by the fairy. Oh, what's the fairy? Oh, oy.
And so, as you look around, you see that Triplicus kind of walks around and is finding these different people and just kind of talking them through. You see
And
there are a
Rusty
couple
Boy.
of people that are... It's not working, right? It's not working, and it's not... Whatever Triplicus is saying is still not fixing the problem. Until he gets to a certain point where he's like, well, I will, and then he pulls out, and he's sort of in the back part of the room at this point, he pulls out a large sort of metal wand, and he goes, I'd like to say this will hurt me more than it'll hurt you, but that would be a lie, and he whacks someone over the head with it. But you see as he does so, and you see it with the aura site that's in the room, that their aura just kind of like has this series of grid patterns just appear on it, and then just kind of reassembles itself nice and clean. And he goes, that won't solve the problem long term, but you're not going to explode in the next 48 hours, so that'll be all right, won't it? Ha ha! And it sort of carries on around the rest of the room. It's all good. It's all by the end of about 15 minutes of him wandering around, you guys have figured out something distinct, which is you now have a skill. We're going to call it a skill for one of anything. It's called aura control. Right? It's very basic, but what it allows you to do is, one, have basic control over your own aura, and 2, you no longer need intan to cast spells.
Oh.
For now.
Well, it has some consequences, and we'll come back to that
Right.
if and when you get back to Urtu. But for the moment, what it means is that you're able to actually just channel the magic directly from the weave. You need to concentrate. I'm going to make a couple of rolls for it now and then, right? But practically, you don't need intan to directly do this. You're the conduit of your own magic.
Kaman is wondering, because he's just curious. He's like, does the third eye work differently in sigil? So he closes his eyes and only leaves the third eye open.
Okay, are you using the third eye's powers, or...
I'm just curious. Does it perceive? Because he mentioned the weave, like, and I don't know what the third eye does.
Yeah. So, the way that it's perceived for you is, make an Arcana roll. We'll see.
Okay. It's not too bad. That is a 19.
Okay, with a 19. Previously, you would have huffed some intan to get you to a state of mind where you would be able to use the power that was given to you by your god.
Right.
Cool. Now you see that, well, the whole divinity thing is a bit of a lie, isn't it? Right? Not necessarily to say that your god is a lie, because their goals and the things they aspire to might all be very noble, right? And you might be down with that, you may not be. But the concept of divinity is a bit of a lie, because you've shown up in the middle of the city here, and everything's just ranked up. And you're not sure that Eijnar would do so well here in some ways, right?
I'm completely cut off from him. I know this for a fact.
Correct. And yet, you know, you're able to tap into the stuff of raw magic. So why do you need Eijnar? Now, that thought rattles around your head for a while, and as the sole high priest of Eijnar, you may want to come to a conclusion about it. But the implication for you is that you don't need Eijnar to cast spells.
Which means that Eijnar can keep his own damn power. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Now I cast a minor illusion of a fish and a musical note. They're not doing anything because minor illusion is
Fish
still.
musical note and a sword between them on the bed.
Yeah, sort of doing that just to see whether like I can do it without taking damage.
There is a beautiful musical note and a beautiful fish.
It's different. Looks nice.
That's like you don't feel
Are you
like.
in pain?
No.
Oh wait, are you affected?
No, it's a
only level 12 from the
cantrip.
wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So you still have a bit of the headache from the wish, but that's about it.
How's Athena doing?
You see that Athena's
Okay,
over in
nice.
the corner of the room, and she's sort of. You
That's
actually
so
see
nice
that
of her.
Tripicus kind of wandered over to her and gone, "Oh, yeah, very, very good, very good. Yes, very good, good," and sort of wanders back.
She's able to do it like she doesn't need to get whacked with the stick.
She's not needed to get whacked with the stick.
Oh, good.
She's followed the instructions. She's also, he's come quite late, so maybe she's had the extra motivation of a couple of stick whacks of like, no, I'm gonna get this right. Not that any form of corporal punishment motivates students.
Barra.
Hmm?
On the bright side, looks like Athena got it. So she should be able to fit in here quite okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So Kaman's
Thanks.
taking the opportunity to examine Athena's aura to see if there's anything weird about it. Because he's still not sure if Athena is Athena. If you know what I mean. Because he heard the wish and he's just like, what? I'm not sure. Because it's not the same Athena. Kaman's just like, can he examine her aura? Just make sure.
Make an insight roll.
19.
Okay. And then I think I should have done it the other way. I should have made an Arcana roll first. So make the Arcana roll first. Because
So
it's more
that's 19.
19, so
Yeah.
then now make an insight roll.
Okay.
Your Arcana bonus is...
Oh, sorry. That's 16 on
Okay,
the
cool.
Arcana.
Yeah.
And on the inside is 27.
Okay, cool. So the Arcana allows you to see enough of her, then you're able to just, with the aura sight is just the extra trick that you needed. Because previously it was like, insights so much about like the context and how do I feel and they feel and rapport and a bunch of other things. Whereas this aura stuff
I'm
is like,
abusing it right
you're
now.
literally seeing,
Yeah.
right? You know, and you're like, oh, okay. And you can see that she has been constructed of threads of fate. And she is Athena, she's a person, she's real, but she shouldn't be.
Barra, look at Athena.
Or I have been.
No, really look at her. And I start pointing out to Barra, look at the threads that make her up.
Okay, yeah. What about them?
They're your spell. She's made up of your spell.
Okay, but whatever it is, like, the Coral King's missing her, right? So she's back. What do you want?
No, I'm just telling you.
Yeah, what do you want?
No, you need to know this. It's useful for
So
you
I
to
know it. And what do you want me to do with that information? What, you're telling me she's not real?
No,
What do you want me to do with that?
I just want you to know that you've done something really incredible.
Okay,
Wow.
fine. Okay.
Just
I
look
learned
at
over from when I'm working with Bob. So if you want to say it's a compliment, then say it better. It's very, very alarming when you put it that way, no?
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be one of those sarcasm things.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just not very good at this talking.
Okay,
thing.
look, it's fine, okay? Look, I want to stop looking at her, okay? She's just gonna go her own way, and that's fine, and we're all gonna be fine. And now we can cast spells. Look, it's a fish and a musical note, and they're not doing anything, okay? It's a purely platonic relationship. Good job.
Yeah, because the fish has got a
No
zone. No zone.
Yep, no, okay.
Represented by the sword. Hey, thanks, Tripicus.
Yes. Well, good. Fantastic. Oh, you've really all done very well. Especially
thanks.
your very interesting giant.
How much damage has she taken?
She's not actually taking
I'm
any
not-
damage.
I'm not
She's
It's
sort
not
of
that hard.
she's sort of prodded herself.
Got my
She's
fingers
stunning
stick
striked
on
herself a couple of times in the course of it all. She's like sort of like whacked herself and gone, oh, stunning strike. But you know, yeah, on the whole, no actual damage has been done.
Kie with a dislocated jaw. I'm fine.
No!
I'm okay. Everything's fine.
I helped Bob bend her, like, point out, like, here's still sparkling. Very good. Here.
Oh, it's cute.
But how am I supposed to see behind my shoulders? I don't even know.
That's why I'm here.
Oh,
I help you point out.
nah, thanks.
No problem. Here.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. But in the course of this time, you managed to both get your auras under control. You have this aura control ability. You also gain the ability to, if you were to encounter people with mismanaged auras of some sort or the other, you'd probably perceive that. So just remind me if there's a circumstance that comes up. I will drop a sort of hint to remind me that you have the ability to see that kind of stuff. And more importantly, then Triplicus says, right. So, what this now means is you have the basics of not exploding as the weave forces its way through your body and then corrupts you with its mutating powers of just raw potential.
So you're saying weave is pure magic?
I mean, yes.
And that now that we're able to tap into it, we have access to pure magic.
Yes. Isn't that so much better than your little sort of bits of crackly juice or, you know,
Bits
sort
of
of
TPC
PCP dust or whatever it is you call it where you're from?
Yeah, ask me
How do we share this?
so many questions.
How do we access this or share it with the people on our own plane?
What do you mean by that?
Can we teach this to other people?
I mean, did I just teach it to you?
Outside of Sigil? That's what I meant.
No, it's going to depend plane to plane. Some places are, you have to punch through a little bit harder. But now that you've seen it, you can't unsee it, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
But having others see it may be a bit more difficult. But doable, all the same.
The possibilities are endless, Barra.
Yes. Good to stop being such a teacher's pet. Oh my god, let's just move on. Okay, I want to go back and sleep.
We don't have to use Intan anymore.
Yeah, I know. Look at this fish.
Can you imagine if back on Urtu, all the sex, there wouldn't need to be sex.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Because they
That's
wouldn't be
where
fighting
people
over the
come
Intan
from.
anymore.
Exactly.
So no
There
more
wouldn't
sex.
have to be war.
No, but
Just everyone's free.
I still need to find the intern to get back to Aggie. Like we're still trying to. You still care about Yrsa, don't you?
But what if we could use the weave to get power to Aggie and Yrsa?
Or
Yes, that-
if people are not using the intan to, cast spells anymore, we can just collect all of them and give it back.
Oh yeah, that works too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It sounds a lot safer than trying to redirect the raw power of the universe into our deities.
Yeah, so he's doing it again. He's using the funny words again. Make him stop.
I can't.
He just went.
It's,
Okay.
it's like when he goes into Kaman language, it's very hard to make him stop the jargon.
I feel like myself here. Like, I used to do this.
Or,
Never mind.
wait, are you saying you came from here?
No, not here, but I used to do this. Things like this.
Oh yeah.
Abusing power, manipulating them, I don't know.
Okay. Alright, it's cool. Okay.
So while you guys are having this conversation, Triplicus is kind of walking around the room, everything is all good, and then he sort of, as he finishes, he goes, right, so in conclusion, 1, don't fuck with the harmonium. 2, don't fuck with the dabbers. 3, don't fuck with the Lady of Pain by bringing your deities here. 4, control your auras, especially around those who might suffer from you turning into some strange form of random, mutated, magical being. Now that that's all been done, however, I would very much appreciate seeing the 5 of you, wiggles fingers at you guys, plus Bob, and, well, yes. Maybe not them. Okay, good. Yes, the 5 of you, that would be ideal.
I look over my shoulder at Athena. Like, okay, she took a wish.
Yeah, so he hasn't included Athena in that hand wave, so... So everyone else kind of stands up. A few people wondered by Triplicus say thank you very much, and various other bits and pieces. But you are left after a while with a giant Westie in what is left of a classroom, who looks over at you and says, "Right. Well, a bit longer of a lecture this evening, but I think some folks needed a bit more help than I was expecting." So, tell me, where are you fabulous people from?
We're from a place called Urtu.
Yeah. There's no one.
U-R-T-U.
Yeah, there's no one. It's just called Urtu.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Is that is that where is that?
It's through Big Ring.
Are we back to discovering your anus?
No, that didn't work for me actually.
Oh, did it
I
not?
stopped the quit.
Ah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
I
Doesn't work for
I did
everybody.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's on the prime material plane.
A prime material plane.
I
I look at.
But we don't know exactly where in relation to anywhere else, because that's the only place we've ever known.
Look, okay, so this was the Guardian. Then I cast a minor illusion of Orin. Yeah. This is my deity. I cast minor illusion of Agatha. This is his deity.
Oh, show him the onion ring.
This is the onion ring. I show him the
You know the slideshow.
minor illusion of the portal. Yeah.
Oh, fascinating. And where? What is their name? Oh, really? Oh, that's very interesting. What about Oh, that's a very interesting shape, isn't it?
Yeah.
It looks rather like a
An onion ring.
An onion ring. Yes.
Yeah.
I some people might say a donut, but I
donut.
think it's very much like an onion ring.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the little crenulation. Does anyone say what that was, though?
No.
You're not from Earth or Ferron or Eberron or even Athos or some backward place like that, no?
No.
We haven't heard of all those
I've
places.
never-
R2.
Any of those places before.
R2?
Urtu.
It's a bloody stupid name if you ask me, but
Please don't knock it. somebody came up with it. I'm sure they put a lot of thought.
I doubt it, honestly. But
It wasn't me. So
probably just means mud or dirt or something like that. It always does, doesn't it? I think my place, if you translate it into your language, was called ground. Stupid name, isn't it? Ground for a planet.
Are all the people on your plane Kenid? What? Are all the beings on your plane Kenid?
What?
Do they all look like you?
No, no, they don't all look like you. What kind of strange world do you live in? Does everyone look like you on your world?
No, we're very diverse.
Right.
See?
Why would you think everyone looks like me?
I was just wondering if they were like...
We have Dalmatians, we have Alsatians, we have Labradoodles, we have Labradors, we have Poodles, we have Schnauzers, we have Shiba Inu, we have Akitas, and we have Rhodesian Ridgebacks. We are a very, very diverse group.
I take it you're not from Sigil as well?
No, I'm from ground.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes, I know, it's bloody useful. It's called ground. Doesn't tell you anything about where it is, does it?
So how did you come here?
I came here through a spell.
Oh. Was it an accident?
It was a spell called Fetch.
Was it on purpose that you came here through this spell?
Nope. Somebody cast this fetch spell, and I went bounding through a door, chasing after something. And next thing I knew, I rocked up in Sigil, and that was 48 years ago. Would you believe it? I didn't look a day over 52.
Look, we can't stay here for 48 years. Like, we've got to get back. Like, we're part of a mission. We've got to get back to the mission. Like, things could be happening back on Urtu. How do we get back?
Okay, so this is important. A few important facts for you. How much do you know about time?
It's, I don't know, it's dark. Probably after 6 o'clock.
Very good, very good. So time does not run the same everywhere. So it could be that almost no time at all has passed on your home planet. Or it could be that centuries have passed since you've been here.
Could we go back?
You'd have to know where you're going.
Could we go back in time? So we go back to before something happened?
You'd want to go back to a point before something happened.
Before we came through the door?
What would happen to you that came through the door?
I don't know.
I don't know either. This seems like a bad outcome, though, doesn't it?
Okay.
I like doing magical things where I do know what happens, not where I don't.
Okay.
This seems like a bad idea.
Okay, so how do we get through the door?
What door?
Like the door back to Urtu.
Do you know where the door is?
Is it the same one? Like we came through one to get into Sigil.
Oh, I see.
How do we get back?
Do you have a key?
No, how do we get one?
So to travel through gates, you need a key. Because otherwise, and the key is the thing that takes you a place. It's not the gate, it's the key.
Yeah, but when we came through, all I did was like mess around with a bunch of symbols.
It's about the going, not the coming.
And
As long as you have a key for Sigil, one way or another, and it could well be that gate had pre-existing, had been primed or something or otherwise, but you will need a key to get back to where you are from. Ground, as I call it.
Okay.
Earth, mud,
So
dirt.
how do we
Dirty,
how do
is
we
it?
get the key? Sure. Yeah. How do we get the key? You know, come on, key. Ask him
How
something.
do we get the key?
I appreciate you asking, because I wasn't going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you need to go and research where the key, what sort of key you need, attune it to your previous plane. Ideally, find somebody that's got a key and just pay them to take you back. But, you know, if that doesn't work, you'll need to do the research. Put the hours in. It's a hard grind. You know how it is.
So if say we have a spell that can help us shift planes, would that work?
That's bloody cheating, if you ask me.
But would it work?
It wouldn't work from Sigil. You would have to leave Sigil. The City of Doors does not allow you just to randomly pop in and pop out. You have to come in through one of the doors. But, if you were just to pop downstairs to the Outlands, I say downstairs, it's It's an infinite distance away, also finite. You can just see it down there. But, if you were just to pop down to the outlands, you could definitely use such a spell, plane shift, wander through the blue veil, the dance of the green night, various other things like that.
Okay.
Okay, so where do we do this research, assuming that we don't want to, like, hop an infinite distance to the outlands?
Well, I mean, it's not actually infinite. Like, it is infinite because this spire is infinitely high. But it's also finite because it's just there.
So, like, I could jump off, like, the highest point.
Oh, well, if you did jump off the highest point, it's been debated many, many times as to whether or not you would die. Because this is a philosophical matter. Usually when people pass through the gate that leads you down to the bottom, you're considered to have passed through time and space. So when they find the bodies down there, we're not entirely sure whether our causality has made those bodies appear, or if they just fell a couple of 100 meters. We just aren't certain, you know.
I'm so confused right
So,
This brings us back to where would we start looking for a key?
Well,
Feels like math class.
I hate to ask this question, or I don't wish to sound sarcastic in any way. But did you not come through the gate of your own choice? Because normally somebody sort of has a key. Because, why would you walk through a planar gate without knowing how you'd get back?
why did you walk to the planar gate without knowing?
I was playing fetch!
Yeah, we were running
It's a
away
perfectly reasonable
from,
game
like,
to play!
We were running away from a monster
I was
thing.
playing fetch!
I was getting away from
How
a
would you
big
like it if somebody said
serpent
fetch?
thing?
So, typical, have you ever tried to find your way home?
Oh, yes. I've been back many times.
Oh,
I have a key to my home.
interesting.
And where would we start researching for it?
Well, I had one around my neck.
No.
To search for our own key.
Not a key to my home.
To
Well, I mean, you asked me, you said, have I been home? And I said, yes. Do you have a key?
If you took us to your home, could we plane shift to our home?
Possibly. I don't see why not.
Hi.
Would you be interested in going to ground?
Yes.
Sure,
Okay.
that would be easier.
I've been... that would be quite a big deal. You have to understand that, right? Because we don't normally just let anybody come there. You would have to be the best of people.
Good boy.
The best of boys and girls and otherwise.
Who's a good boy, Barra?
I'm a good boy.
You're a good boy, Barra.
Yeah, rule number 1 applies.
You're a good boy, Bob.
This is mission critical.
Oh,
We need to go home.
Sorry. So it says, would that be something you wanted?
We need to go back. We need to stop war from happening. We
You
can't go back
know-
here.
I could. And I'm of a mind to help because you're clearly kind people. But have you just considered whether or not you want to go back?
I
Because-
sort of my eye involuntarily drifts to Kaman's bag of holding. No,
Right.
shoop, bring it back.
You just stared at my chest.
Sure, I did involuntarily.
Doesn't notice.
Yeah. And I sort of like make like surreptitious glances at Kie and Yrsa. Very surreptitious.
No, but we still have to go back.
Oh my god. Just give us a second.
Absolutely happy to. I've got to put my notes away and stuff anyway. He kind of wanders back and
Okay.
puts his stuff back and sort of feels like he's delivered the message for a moment.
So, if we want to keep the diadem apart, should we keep one in sigil? How likely is it that she can come through?
I don't know, but we don't need to figure out a way to lure her back to the Shadow Grove. But I'm not sure without the diadem we can do that.
I'm also thinking about like the greater good. Like, do we want her to go back to the Shadow Grove? You know, like, would it be better if we just like let her do her own thing, but like?
But then war will break out. Right now, the main thing is we are trying to prevent that war from happening. Otherwise, our country, I don't know how the Namandan Union will do. The civilized, you know, they've been at war for a while. They're good at this shit. They'll kill our people,
But what
rape
if,
our sheep. At least, I don't know, maybe they rape sheep, I don't know.
Ooh.
but what if we go back with our piece of the diadem and she kills everybody? Like, everybody gets killed. Like, our deities. You know, not just like our people, but like Aggie and Yrsa and everybody gets killed. What should we do? Maybe we can make a fake one. Do you think I could get some coral and paint it green? She's never seen it. She doesn't know what it looks like.
Yeah, but the diadem knows. The diadem seeks itself out. That's what what's her face? Suhani told us.
Okay. So, I don't know. Do we just go for the short-term solution and lure her back with the diadem? Like, can we keep it from her?
We could try, but we don't know what will happen.
Or
I mean, I'm agreeing. I'm in agreement with you. I'd love to leave a piece of the diadem here.
Well, we might not need to leave it here. I mean, when I bought the bag, right, the merchant was very careful to warn me about a few things lah. Like he said that, you know, if you put things inside the bag and then you poke a hole in the bag, then everything in the bag will disappear. So, you know,
oh,
that's why I must always read the warning label on things. Right? Very
I never do. I just sort of put them in my mouth.
nice.
So what happens when we go back without the diadem?
Well,
The diadem will never complete?
yeah, but we won't be able to lure her back to Shadow Grove.
So we lure her first, and then we put the hole.
Maybe.
Oh, that sounds like an idea.
Because, you know, my concern is if we leave it here, what if somebody else gets it,
Yeah.
Fair.
right? And then if we leave it here with somebody to guard the diadem, then they might never know what happened to the rest of us.
Hmm.
That's
Which
true.
would be problematic.
Oh no, I got sending. I don't know if it works.
I don't think so. I think you need to be on the same plane or something.
Oh no, if like there's like a certain percentage chance that the message doesn't get through.
I guess, but you know, it's like I would rather us all stick together as a party. You know, whatever it is, win, lose, live or die, we should do it together. We've come so far. I want to get us all home. I just want to get us all home together.
Okay. No, don't do that. Don't do that thing.
Try not.
Okay. All right, yeah, let's go. Yeah, off we go. Hey, we'd love to visit Ground. Ground's a cool
I
place.
feel like Spider-Man,
how do we
far
plane
from
shift? How do we plane shift?
No, why?
Do any of us have the plane shift spell?
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so well. Yeah, I do. I pull out the scroll that we got from Suhani's.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I can't cast it.
Oh, is it a ritual?
I don't know.
Is it one of those things where
Unless one of you can cast it.
But it also came with this. I pull out the piece of metal that came with the scroll. Oh, I head over to Tripicus to SD.
Mhm.
Tripicus, you are a learned man, so I was wondering if you might know what this is. And hold up the metal.
It appears to be a metal fork.
Yeah.
Glad I could help.
Do you recognize where it might be from? Because it was, it came together with this scroll of Planeshift, but we don't know where it goes to.
So it looks at it and goes, well, I would say no.
Okay. Would you happen to know somebody here who might?
What you're looking for is somebody that can cast some form of interrogation on it. You know, something that will make it give up its secrets, spill the beans,
Come on.
tell the truth.
I hand you the piece of metal.
Uh-huh.
I point at your eye.
Book it.
Don't stick the fork into your eye. Just like hold it gently.
Oh, right.
Okay. Remind me what your ability does again?
This sheet over there. Uncover secrets. See description. Okay. Ask a question about the item of Yrsa and roll insight. Based on the result, the DM will provide the level of secrets Yrsa is willing to part with.
Okay, go ahead. Roll insight.
So your secrets are not safe with Yrsa?
I mean, it's... Oh, roll a natural one.
Okay. So you hear Yrsa's voice go, just quietly, very, very quietly. Just go, hey, it's a fork. Fork, definitely metal fork. Bad line.
Thanks, son. It's a fork, Yrsa says.
Maybe try again tomorrow. Okay, never mind. But anyway, you wouldn't be able to cast this spell of plane shift, would you? You look like
I
a
could look.
smart man. Like, don't read it out. Just
No, that would be a rookie mistake. So then go.
There he goes.
No!
This is yours. Very, very, very powerful scroll. If you were looking to sell it, I would happily exchange quite a reasonable amount of money for that. But I may have the ability to cast that spell, yes.
Oh! So if we went to ground, and we were all really good boys and girls, we went to ground, you'd be able to cast a plane shift spell and send us back to Urtu?
Well, I would have to travel with you. That's the nature of the plane shift spell.
Oh, would you want to see our native land?
Absolutely not. No. I really like it in Sigil. Do you have any idea the number of people that give me good food and tell me I'm a good boy here?
But can you only come to Sigil from your own plane?
I mean, really, I just don't leave here that much.
Right.
Because why would I?
Could we borrow the key to ground?
But then you'd be in ground.
Yeah, tell me. Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't have a key.
Oh, yeah, true.
So that makes no sense.
I mean,
Surely you'd want a key for your place.
Okay, fine.
there's a chance I could cast the plane shift, but it's not a very high chance. And if we fail to cast it, the scroll disappears.
Okay, look, okay, how do we find the key to our place? Where should we start?
Well, I would say that you probably want to do one of two things. You can either spend some time doing some research, and by research I mean you wander around some of the libraries and other fine establishments that Sigil has, or you can look for some roustabouts and other ne'er-do-wells and otherwise ask them. Either way it works, and see if anybody actually knows where this place is. Dirty, whatever it's called. But once you've found it, it becomes a little easier. Because once you've found it, it's just about knowing which gate and then what that gate's attuned to. But if you haven't found it, then, well, really as a plane shift is kind of one of your only ways back.
Alright, so we do plan A first.
Or you find somebody that can cast the blue cloaky veil thing.
Huh?
Oh, there's a really rather archmagus sort of level spell called the blue dream veil. I can't remember exactly what it's called. Way out of my league. But if you find an archmagus, they will be able to help you move from one place to the other through the power of dreams or something.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
There can be miracles when you believe some nonsense like that.
Oh, thanks. You're a good boy.
Yeah, I am. Yes.
Do you know a person called Lysandra?
Yes.
Yes, I believe that might be a roustabout that we might be able to.
That is exactly the sort of roustabout or ne'er-do-well layabout, scallywag that I am referring to.
Tell us how you really feel.
No, rather adorable person, actually. She's great. She stretches right here. Always has treats. But no, I have a great deal of time and affection for Sandra. But definitely in the scallywag sort of category.
Okay.
Not in the academic category.
Okay.
Well, she's sort of a scallywag academic, actually. Now you mention it.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, we do what we can, and we've been referred to this person.
Oh, she'll probably be hanging out outside, actually.
Ah, perfect.
She normally hangs out outside where I lecture.
Ah, would you mind terribly if I scratch your ear? Mr. Sash.
We turn away. I turn away.
Kaman walks towards the door.
Yeah.
I just
I
turn
look at the
around.
ceiling.
Rub the ear.
He's very happy.
Kaman quietly opens the door, pokes his head out.
It's a busy city. It's like a lot of people around. You have very, very high passive perception. You don't know what Alessandra looks like then.
I say out loud, we're ready for you now, Lysandra. And close the door.
Very nice. Make a persuasion roll.
What?
You're quite persuasive.
I suppose I am. That, I believe, is a 16.
16.
16? If she's a dwarf, I have advantage.
A moment or so later, and Triplicus has sort of gathered himself and gone, let's keep this between ourselves. A serious academic.
Nothing happened.
Yeah,
That's-
absolutely. It's sort of, you know,
To be straighten your clothes.
yeah, quite serious.
Step out of the back.
He sort of straightens his collar a little bit. And says, I'm just not in a place where I can make any kind of commitment. So
I
Oh!
understand.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you're not a nice goblin.
Oh,
yeah, also,
Yeah, quite. Good.
That's a
I'm
good moment, yes.
glad we're on the same page. It's a ship's passing in the night. And all. Very, very nice. That was a lovely scratch. So
Exchanging trousers.
Oh! Oh, wow.
Seeing if they're right. About the sizes.
Ui.
he sort of looks at you and says, he goes, oh, and there's a sort of head that pokes around the door as you see a sort of scraggly mop of blonde hair, which has not really been coiffed in any way. It is just it's almost like somebody's taken a scarecrow bale of hay and just slapped it on someone's, scarecrow wig type thing, and slapped it onto a very chiseled elven face, which is more noticeable because there are a series of tattoos, a very pale face that then has this series of concentric circles sort of like tattooed on their face, or certainly appear to be on their face.
So she looks like a archery board, like the target.
No, it's more like there's a circle here, and then there's another a couple of circles here, and there's another couple of circles here, and there's a couple of circles here. So it's almost like it looks like sort of the patterns that raindrops would leave, like on a surface, if that surface was milk with blood underneath.
So she's not like Polka Dot Man.
So not really.
Okay.
Like more of a.
She's more like a desk that a child who has access to a compass has.
Yes. Yes. Indeed. And sort of she sort of says, sort of sticks her head around the door and she goes, "All right, geezer. Who yelled for me? Ah, it's you. Yeah.
Ah, yes,
Right.
come join us.
Lively Bear. What's going on, eh?
Come join us. Good to meet you.
Yeah. Great. Who's asking for me?
So, you see, you come highly recommended.
All right, Triplicus, how are you? You're right. You need a bit of a scratch on the chin, right? You're okay. You're looking very happy, mate. Hey.
You come highly recommended.
Oh, do I now? Do I? Well, that's fantastic. It's always good to know my reputation's made its way around the world. Or around your world. What's your world called?
Urtu.
Urtu. Oh, really? Oh, remarkable.
You know it?
Second one this week. Oh, fascinating.
Well,
Anyway.
Where's the first person?
Someone came through from Urtu. Was talking to me about it. I had a good conversation. Something about, now let me think. A grand war or something.
No!
And, some sort of, what is it? How do I refer to it? What do you call it there? your intans, your mage
Right.
dusts. Yeah. Oh yeah. Good
What did this
stuff.
person look like?
They were sort of about your height,
Okay.
humanish.
Okay.
Yeah, like you. Yeah.
Ian?
Weren't as chiseled.
Do you have a name?
Not for the price you're paying, which is currently nothing.
Or what's the price?
I don't know. We'll have to get a bit of a chat. But before, you've heard a lot about me. I'd like to hear a lot about you. Tell me, you're from Urtu then, eh? How'd you get here? What gate you come through?
Hang on.
Tell me
Information
everything.
isn't free, okay?
Well, I just gave you some, didn't I?
I know. We will tell you more about where we came from and everything, but you have to help us out too. You need to tell us what you know about Urtu and how to get back there.
Well, I just said I went first. You go first now. It's a rule. Rule number 2 is you take turns.
Sure. I am establishing the trade here so that we don't just talk and then after that you say, oh, you need to pay me something now.
Oh, I see. No, I wouldn't do that. That's not how I work.
I know. We just like to put
I'm a
it out
huge
there.
believer in the universal rules.
Very good. Okay, so we are from Urtu as well.
Oh, I'm not from Urtu.
No, we are from Urtu as well.
As well, I'm not from
As
Urtu.
that person.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. So just the translation.
Yes, we passed through a gate.
Well, I mean, I imagine so. It's a city of gates.
Mm.
Can't
Yes.
really get here any other
As
way.
in, there was a gate in Urtu.
What did it look like?
It looked like a big onion ring. Would you mind making
Oh, really? An
a
onion
powerful
ring?
point for me?
Oh,
Thank you.
that's very interesting. Tell me, did you have to press any buttons,
It's
or
your
did you have to
turn
use
now.
a wand, or did you have to do some other kind of
It's
thing?
your turn now.
What?
What's the name of the person who came from Urtu?
No, we haven't reached that kind of money. You can ask me something else if you want, but like obviously divulging client names is a big deal. I'm not going to do it off the
Oh, okay. So, like, when you say client, like, what do you do for these people?
Same thing I'm doing for you. Exchange of information.
Okay. So, what do you want to know?
I'd like to know what gate you actually came through. No, not that one. This side.
Oh, okay. So it was like in a museum, and like there were these two guys.
It was
Like
a school.
museum in a school. And like
Oh,
these
you
two
came
guys.
through the generic gate. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't a specialist one then. What gate key did you use?
We didn't.
Now that's interesting. Tell me, how did you get here? What did you do?
Bunch of symbols.
Do you remember what they said? Roll
If I-
flat intelligence, nothing else.
Net 20.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, exactly. I remember everything.
You begin to describe very nice. You begin to describe the sort of symbols. And he's like, oh, hey, that's very interesting. That's grand. That is. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Both.
Okay. Well, it'll cost you.
No, but we just
Which
did.
you want first? Because that's the one you're getting free.
I don't know, Barra. You figured out the gate.
Bad.
Good. I think that's so much bad news. Like,
Okay, you know what? Caesar paste stone. Or loncat pass, whichever.
What is
Paper.
it? Paper, papyrus, knife, rock. Papyrus, knife, rock. Haha, it's papyrus. Oh no.
Good.
Well, the good news is that not only is your home planet still there, but I think I know a gate that you can go through and what you need to do to get the right gate key for it.
Okay.
What? No. Yay.
So we're good there, right?
Yeah.
Excellent, good. Now, tell me, on your planet, how do people become powerful?
No, wait, what's the bad
I'm
news?
not telling you. I said you get to pick one or the other. and that
So,
was the free one.
like, now we've got to pay for the other one, yeah?
That's right.
So, what currency do you take?
Information.
So we just have to answer the question.
Just this one? Just this question? Oh, how do they become powerful? I don't know. Like, they just practice really hard and they just keep working at something and they just get better and better at it?
Intan. They eat intan.
Have you got any of this in tan?
We should.
I glance over at them.
I take out a small sliver, like 2 grams of it.
Oh, but then the Tripika said it's a bad idea to have this because you become dependent. He's like,
It's genuinely a terrible idea to huff this stuff.
mm-mm.
But honestly, it's basically like the rendered down soul material of generations. Like gone backwards and forwards, purified again and again and again, passed through the cycles of existence and turned into basic raw magic.
Yeah.
It's kind of, intrinsically evil to use this stuff.
Yeah, don't.
How much would people pay for that here?
Oh, there's always a market, isn't there?
Yeah,
Especially in Sigil.
yeah.
Pay a reasonable amount,
How much?
Well, how much you got?
I've got a bit.
I mean, I'll pay a bit.
So I take out half my income, which is about 80 grams.
Mm-hmm.
How much is a bit?
Oh. I know a couple of rocks with a habit, so, the odd Batizu or so that needs a little bit of a boost. So, I could probably, get this their way without too much of a problem. So, let's just say that I'll, in exchange for the amount you've got there,
Get us the key.
I,
Get us back.
I'll show you the gate you need to go through, and I'll tell you what you need to make the key.
And look at the rest of the party.
Will you also tell us the bad news? It's a lot of it.
That's part of the bad news, actually. Not all of it. That's part of it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, let's do it.
No, I'm sorry. What was the bad news again?
No, she hasn't
She's
said it.
not.
So, like, if we give her, like, all this in time,
Mm-hmm.
and then, like, she'll tell us, like, how we're going to get the key, but apparently that's part of the bad news.
But not all of it.
No. I'll tell you all the bad news.
Oh.
But part of that bad news is the location of the gate or the things that are in the gate key.
I mean, I think we can skip the foreplay lah.
Well, cross my palm with your soul juice.
And look at the rest of the party. Do we have a deal?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, okay, sure,
you don't
yeah.
need it anymore, right?
Not for now.
Tasting hers. All right then, nice doing business with you. And then she sort of looks back at you and says, so, the gate itself is relatively accessible. It's actually over in,
Pick up the map.
as I refer to my map.
Oh, look at it upside down. No, wait. There is no upside down. This is...
The nice thing about Sigil map, there is no upside down.
Oh, dear God. Everything is upside down. But it's not.
It's actually in the back of Tashad's barber shop over in the Shattered Temple district. It's surprising. He's used to it, though. You just walk straight in, get yourself a haircut, get yourself a little shave, whatever you like, doesn't matter. And then after that, rather than leaving out the front door, you just head out the back door. Very nice little gate. Takes you where you're going, as long as you've got the right gate key.
Okay.
The key.
Unfortunately, with the key, what you need to do is find the Pit Fiend's Fang.
Oh.
And
Find or acquire?
yes.
I see.
And the thing about Pit Fiends is they don't part with their fangs very easily. And what I mean by that is they take it really personally for people who hunt them for their fangs. And I don't know if you know much about Pit Fiends, but there's a reason they're called Pit Fiends. Which is, they'll put you in a pit.
Okay.
Do they grow it back? Can they grow it back?
You know, I've never met anyone stupid enough to ask.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's a great... No, not saying that you're stupid for asking. I'm saying to ask a Pit Fiend. Excuse me,
It's a renewal.
Terrence. Do you,
Lysandra, is there another alternative key?
for this particular one, no. As I said to my older clients, who passed through, not just 6 pins to the Hubba. So, yeah, as I said to her, you know, the reality is that you just got to do what you got to do.
And she managed to find the key?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I saw her, I gave my advice, asked her where she was from, got a whole bunch of information from her.
Oh, wait. It's not Athena, is it?
Who?
This girl?
Oh, no. But I did see her leave a minute ago, though.
No, Athena's not in the room.
No,
She
she
was
left.
not
She
just
left.
here.
But I did see that girl leave minutes ago. Oh, she's with you, is she? Well, she booked it off.
Okay.
Seems to be getting very pally with a couple of dragonborn.
Do we need just the fang, and do we need to do something to the fang? Can we bring a whole pit fiend with us?
I mean, if you could convince a pit fiend to lower themselves, to use themselves as the key, I suppose it could work.
Barra, show him Melina.
Oh, yeah, that's her. Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Oh, she's a friend of yours, is she?
well, did you have a, like, then I modified the image, like, so that she's got the crown in her head. Did you have, like, that thing on her head?
Oh, no. She had well, not quite like that. In fact, it was more like it was just a jade thing round the back of her head, like that.
Oh,
It's like a
right.
green thing, like, you know, like it was sort of a
Yeah.
I thought it was just a hat or something.
2/3 of the way.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
funny though, because she came through here and like she'd ask for things and then her eyes would fill with blood and I'd be like, okay, fine, mate. You're not the first person that's come through here with scary eyes. But yeah, you know, that's right, that's her.
Okay, so I guess that we should get home before she tries to corner us here. Okay.
No, violence is.
Has anybody
not
talked to you
an
about how
ideal-
time works here?
No.
Yes,
Yes.
Tripicus just did.
Tripicus just did.
Yes.
Yeah.
You saw Tripicus in the corner doing his best not to like just go, I bloody wanted, I tell you.
So if she came here before we did,
well, I don't know when you came here.
a few hours ago.
4.5 hours ago.
Yeah, so that's the thing right there. So she came here six wheels ago. So that will be, well, don't know, like in hours wise, 70, 80, 90, 100 and about 130 or so hours ago, maybe more than that.
What's the math, Tripicus?
Depending where you are, it could be as, and basically by your rough guess, because you're all intelligent enough to figure this out, it's sort of 7-8 days ago.
Right.
And she was looking for. Was she looking for something when she asked you questions?
She was very interested in a few things, but I'll be honest with you, that's outside the scope of your bad news, because we're just talking about getting the pit fiend in the gate. And I told you now who my client was because you guessed, and that's fair enough. But I'm not going to divulge the secrets, not for the price we're talking about. Imagine if somebody came through tomorrow or yesterday and asked about you.
I'm sorry, I have a question. Is it possible that she, like, say, two groups of people come from the same place,
Yes.
and one came before the other, right? Like, she came before we did.
Okay.
Is it possible in any way that on our side, on the world we came from, she left after we did? So we technically came first, and then she came after us? Because time works funny, so I just wanted to double check.
That's right. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. That's what they call it.
That is not answering the question, but okay.
I mean, I
Yes.
said yes.
Yes, okay. So she could have come after us, technically,
In Urtu time.
and
Okay.
ended here before us.
Right. Okay.
Was she looking for us?
Perhaps.
Well, probably like well, how much you tell us like what she was looking for?
What do you have to tell me that I'd find useful?
Do you want to know what a fact is?
Bob looks over and goes, I can tell you a fact. I have many facts. I'm Bob the almighty fact machine.
Yes. So here we have a fax machine.
Yes, hear my facts.
And,
I actually don't recognize
yeah, wow, does that work? Like, would that work for you?
Someone goes,
I don't.
no, mate,
Okay.
why are you making funny sounds like
Like,
that?
you want to know, like, why he's so big and strong and he can talk even though he's a griffin?
No, not really.
Do you want to know? Do you
That
want to?
information might be useful to someone who might be looking to recreate or change the nature of griffins.
I mean, I might be, but is it something you replicate?
Yeah.
How would you replicate it?
Well, I'm not going to tell you that until you tell us.
Yeah, but that's a try, yeah. Yeah, you like that? Okay. You know what? Here's what I suggest. Have you got any more of that magic huff juice around?
We do.
Oh, you do? Okay, well, fantastic. Well, how about you gather up all you've got left, and I'll take that off you, and I'll tell you everything I know.
And I say, could we check with the pit fiend first and come back to you?
If you've got a pit fiend lined up, knock yourself out. I'll be around. If you need me, you can... I'm sure one of you's got some, sending or similar kind of ability. You can just kind of call me, right? One of you must be able to cast a spell.
Yeah. How are you? Yeah, I can do it.
I'm fine. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, well, it's a trick. Okay, then I can do it. I've got abs.
Oh,
Great abs, by the way.
Thanks.
I suddenly realized I had a question. I was about to ask it to the elder, like, no. Then I turned over to Tropicus. Tropicus, I was wondering something. This world is a circle, right?
More of a toroid, yes.
Sure. Is it possible to fly from like one point here to another point here?
Possible, but not advised.
Why?
Because there's a large sort of grey cloud in the middle. People sometimes go in and don't come out. So in general, you don't see too many people flying around. Ladies not generally approving of it. 3-4 stories, perfectly acceptable. 6 stories, okay. A bit more than that, and you start running into the edges of that grey area. And it's not clear to me whether or not it's because of the rotational momentum and all the magic creating a portal to limbo, or if in fact it's something else. I've studied it reasonably extensively. It clearly doesn't want to be studied.
Okay, cool.
Also, we were next to the just under the information counter, and we met a celestial with these hoops. And we were wondering if you knew what those were. Barra, could you show the hoops? That's Akeem had.
So listen to Oh, you met Akeem.
Ah, yes.
Was he with
Sammy Davis Senior, Esquire, Barrister.
That makes sense. So those individual hoops are they're tokens of Fiends Anonymous. Often who come from habituated environments will be looking for a fresh start. So there are parts where people who want to, for want of a better phrase, switch sides or take another view on things or just get a different perspective, can go and speak with other people who've done, awful things. And they, I've never been to one person. I'm not a fiend, so it would be disrespectful to go. But there's a general pro forma for these things. Hello, my name is Simon, and I'm a seventh circle of fienddom.
And they're trying to quit slaughter and genocide.
You then talk about things, and you talk about how you feel about these things, but you also are honest around the circle of your peers who've been there before and are able to support you. And it's done through a great deal of anonymity. So you stand up and say, hello, I'm Simon, and so blah, 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 and there we go. And so they'll all say, well, hello, Simon, and you'll say, hello, I did good this week. I didn't really kill anybody and rip their ever-living soul out of their body and consume them. And instead, I did pottery, or whatever it is that Simon does. I mean, Simon's hypothetical, of course. I mean, pit fiend and pottery would be, I'm sure there's pit fiend potters, I think that's quite a good name, actually. That should sell very well. Infernal glazing.
You're the best, Tripicus. Thank you.
I am. Yeah.
So, we've just been talking to a big Westie and this lady, and
And I think it's time to go talk to our lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
oh,
So if I sotto voce this to the rest of the party. So if this Sammy Davis is part of this group and they're trying to do good, right? Asking him to help us get back to Urtu might be a good thing, because we're trying to go home. We could talk to him that way, send it to him, see whether it works.
Or should we talk to Akim first before doing that? Because we're making a deal with the devil.
Well, no, because if he is in the society and he's trying to do good things, right? Sending us home would be a good thing. And if you are doing a good thing, you cannot get, you cannot try to, get payment for it. That is not a good thing anymore.
Barra suddenly jumps to his feet. Marlena's here. She's working with the Coral King. Where the fuck's Athena?
Oh.
Let's go. We gotta find her. Well, first of all, we gotta find her. I sending Athena.
Okay.
Athena? You still here? We're Tripicus's Athena, come back to Tripicus's lecture. Somebody's here looking for you. If you don't want to move, stay hidden. Tell me where you are. We'll come.
Okay. You hear a message come back, and she says, having tea with some delightful new friends, looking forward to learning more about Sigil. Sure that it's fine, let me know whatever else comes up.
She went off with some dragonborn, right? That's what they said. Okay. The dragonborn, there was a lot of dragonborn in the Blood Company, wasn't there?
It's one.
I'm scrying on Athena holding the rose. Okay.
Didn't she give you the rose back? She did.
Yeah, she did. So I'm using a rose.
Oh, because it's something you have of her.
Traded.
Yeah, it's something of hers. So I'm using it to scry. Okay, so fucking balls. Sorry, I freaking thing is so fucking slow. Wake up!
Crystal ball has
Did you want me to
No, it's
search
fine.
it for you?
Okay,
Here it is.
scrying. It's okay.
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay, so they have to save, yeah? Yeah, so I have a possession of garment of theirs. And so they have to save her. Right. I guess
Wisdom?
what? Yeah, wisdom.
Okay. And they're on 18.
I'm pretty sure that's a save. What's it against her?
Wisdom saving throw versus your save, which is DC 17, right?
So you see there's a... If you look around.
But you have a possession or garment of theirs?
Okay,
So you get more.
so it's -4 to your roll.
Okay, so that's 14.
Okay,
cool.
okay.
So you static-y, and then there's a moment as it sort of tunes in, and you see Athena in some sort of cafeteria setting. You can't really tell. And she appears to be drinking tea and chatting with a couple of dragonborn.
Are the Dragonborn dressed in Blood Company attire?
No, they appear to be similar to the
ones
couple of
that-
dragonborn that you saw earlier on in the lecture.
Okay. What is the look? Can I try and observe what the cafe looks like?
Make a perception roll.
23.
So it's very clearly a cafe. You manage to look out the window, and you see the sort of the space at the outside, and you see that they have made it sort of some part of. You think that you can see what appears to be some large stalls,
Large
sort of
what?
like market.
Large stones. I see that. I cast minor illusion. I ask Tribicus whether he finds this place familiar.
So the thing goes, the grand market just up there, not too far, just up the bazaar. Oh, but yeah, I'm sure
Okay.
half decent deal if you look hard enough. There's a really rather fabulous lady called Wendy up there who does the best biscuits.
And that's where she is. That's where Athena is.
No, I'm just saying up in the market.
Okay.
Wendy's is far further.
I cast the interior of the cafe. Like, does this look familiar? Like
Looks like a cafe to me.
Okay. All right. So I consult the party. Okay. So this is the situation. Moira's here. I'm kind of worried that she's going to take Athena captive and take her back to the Coral King, because that's what I saw. They were working together. Like they were having a deal together. So but what should we do? Should we go and find the pit fiend, or like should we grab Athena since she's not far away and say she's in grave danger and we all head back together?
Damn it. Look, okay, so from what Tripicus has told us, time works differently, right? So even if we go right now to go and see the pit fiend and manage to convince him to bring us back, we might end up in a very different time anyway. Or we might end up back exactly where we left off.
It's true, but as long as Melena's here, at least like whatever she's trying to bring on hasn't happened yet.
Yes. So it feels like maybe the Athena thing is a bit more urgent. So in that case, we deal with that since she's here with us now. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Okay, I'll be as persuasive as I can. I sort of like prestidigitate some oil onto my abs. Okay.
Although as we are headed there, I will tell everybody to keep an eye out for Melina or anybody following us.
Makes sense.
Because, my biggest concern is she might be trailing us to go and find Athena.
Wheels within wheels.
On
Yeah.
that bombshell is where we're going to take a quick break. So we will just take about 5 or 6 minute break, where normally we just hang out. If there's anybody in chat who wants to say hello, that's great. Otherwise, it's just an opportunity for us to take a quick bathroom or otherwise. We will pick up right from that point when we dive back in. So I will leave you all to Hans's. Actually, one thing I wanted to mention, it's a good point, thank you for the mention, is that we're nominated for an award. Or something.
Yeah?
Well, not that we're in the running for one. It requires people to vote. So you've got to vote for us. And by voting for us, I mean that's us, not other people. So what you need to do is, it's called the Gamers
Game Horrors.
Award. And for 21, we are nominated in the Content Creation Top TTRPG Campaign of the Year category.
Oh, wow.
It's an honor to be nominated!
I'd like to thank the Academy and, my mum, and I'm not prepared for this. You like us. You really like us. Sorry, so anyway, so the nominees with the most votes win. So vote for us. We're there under T4C _online. With your families, friends, your pets, your bots, your dogs' bots, and your bots' dogs.
Yeah.
So send us votes, T4C online. We're there. We're up against some incredible competition. and we're also up against some people you've never heard of. The critical roles of the world and the Dimension 20s and all those people you've never heard of them. So spare them a vote if you fancy it.
No, you vote for us.
Yeah, that's right. No, you vote for us. Vote for us. Vote for us. So T4C online. The link's in chat. If you watch this on YouTube, one of us, I guarantee, will forget to put the link in the blurb below. But have a look below and then give us a comment that says, "Where's the bloody link?" And then we'll put the link in, and then you can click it. How's that for knowing yourself? So self-knowledge is a powerful thing. We appreciate you all. Please go vote for us. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And I am gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay.
HTT Paladin is online.
That's right. In the meantime, thanks for joining us, HTT Paladin. So, what we do is that during the break, we tend to do a little song for followers as people that are supposed to be my friends disappear out of the room and don't listen to the song at all. Happening right now. Thanks so much.
Runs.
Yes, going for their toilet runs or their runs in toilet or having runs in the toilet. But anyway, this song's for you. So we just here we go. Lots of talking in the game tonight as we learn how to go back to our time. Yeah, my character is not too bright. The way out of Sigil still we must find. Back on Urtu there might be a fight. Started by a princess who's lost her mind. But we're so glad to see you. It's HTT. It's HTT Paladin. Do 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 do. It's HTT Paladin. Do 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 do. It's HTT Paladin. Do 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 do.
Shuffling.
1, 2, 3. It's HTT Paladin. 1, 2, 3.
It's HTT Paladin.
Sure, we changed key, but anyway, that's for you. Thanks, HTT Paladin.
One day I will discover how to sing.
Thanks for joining us, and also our regular segment on the show, which is a Hokkien phrase a day keeps the lokun away.
The locum away.
The lokun, which is
Locum.
Hokkien for doctor.
Isn't that from locum?
Huh?
The word locum?
Nobody knows.
No, because the locum is the...
Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. But I don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then why is it locum?
I don't think they would use Latin here. I don't think they'd come to Asia and use Latin.
But here's the
and
thing,
then
if you hear it
Hokkien people would
from
extrapolate.
the doctor,
He wouldn't be like, I'm the locum, right? He wouldn't do that.
the
He'd be like, "I'm the
locum will
doctor.
see you.
I'm the doctor. Like, why would they say the locum will see you? Why would they just say the doctor will see you? Anyway,
Fair.
here
Sheena,
is
we'll leave it to the
a
expert.
Hokkien phrase a day.
Keeps the logun away. Okay. Today's
Wow.
Hokkien. Oh gosh, I don't have one necessarily prepared. Let me think.
Hokkien. So Hokkien is one of the dialects in Singapore, the Chinese dialect in Singapore. So basically, Singapore is an immigrant country.
I have one.
So we all
I
come
have one
from
for
different
you.
parts of
Okay,
China. We're of Chinese ethnicity, and this is the Hokkien one.
Yes. The Hokkien phrase of today is "lang dai bo dai, kwa bin jiu zai." It means if a person is stupid or not, just look at their face, know already. Let's break it down. Lang means person
Yeah.
or human. Dai means dumb. Bo dai means not dumb. Kwa means look. Bin is face. Jiu zai means will know. Zai mean know. So
Yes.
once again, lang dai bo dai, kwa bin jiu zai.
I had a moment there where I thought that, if you want to know someone is from Thailand or not, just look at their face. Oh, you're Thai.
No, it's not true. It's
So-
very
so-
hard to tell.
Guess where I learned that phrase from?
We're from Thailand.
No, the random Grab driver. It was a very strange Grab ride. Like this guy tried to cut into our lane, and then I and the driver cussed at the same time, and then from there it was a bonding experience.
Oh.
Then after that, he
Common
told me
adversity.
that phrase, and I was like, ah.
That's
So,
great.
Favorite phrase now. Lang dai bo dai, kwa bin
Bin
jiu
Jiu
zai.
Zai. That's a new one. I haven't learned that one before.
Yeah, it's cool.
Do that
Thanks,
way.
Sheena.
Thank you.
Ah, so I'm not sure if HTT Paladin was actually on the stream, but anyway, that was a song. Oh,
I'm sure you were still...
I've
I
never
was like,
said
holy
it
shit, Lisa, it got huge.
I've never said it before.
Welcome.
enjoy it.
Welcome to
The sizing is a bit off.
I will.
but
I
it's
will
all
go.
good.
You can be Joe next if you want.
You can be Joe next if you want. So alarming.
So just share our Hokkien phrase of the day. Now why don't you share
See you. Oh, you're there.
Tamil
Oh,
phrase?
natural 1. Oh, natural 2. Oh, natural 2.
不要讲啦。
Wow. These dice really do roll badly.
Oh, really?
Terrible. 2, 4, 7. Okay, 19.
Try rolling it through the tower,
6.
though.
Yeah, yeah.
4.
Power might break the spell.
The
7.
tower
Break the
disrupts.
stuck.
Yeah. Tower helps.
Power helps.
Oh, Katsu.
Really does.
Oh,
hello.
I'm securing my bag because the doggos have come in, and unfortunately,
Hello,
Dylan has a
Oh
bit of
no.
going through bags.
Oh no no no.
Save your bags,
no,
folks.
no,
Save
no,
your
no.
bags.
Ah, this is Lisa's.
Yes.
Katsu's like, I'm Lisa.
Hi. Hey, Kansu. Are you comfortable there, darling?
She's like,
Can you come down by yourself? Oh, no, no.
go. Oh, you
Casey suggesting, Sheena, that you do one about sway.
Sway, ah. Sway.
Yes.
I don't have a phrase for sway, but I can explain the sway.
When marimba rhythm starts to play.
Yeah, sure. So, sway in Hokkien means unlucky, whereas lucky is heng. So, heng and sway. There you go. And we do a lot of things to alter our luck, because in Chinese belief, luck, fortune, and all these things are quite important, I would say. Perhaps more so than a lot of other cultural beliefs and religions for other groups. Because, I don't know, there is a certain amount of 天注定, which is, what is ordained by heaven. 注定.
But we think we can influence it. The Chinese have a very strong sense of being able to influence the powers that be.
So it's kind of like your life technically has like these milestones, right? And the belief is that you will be affected by these milestones no matter what. You can't really avoid them, but you can kind of mitigate them, so to speak.
Usually by paying a significant amount of money to someone who claims to have a link to the supernatural.
So yeah, that's why like a lot of people who are, how shall we put it, a little bit more gullible have a tendency to get hey, what's happening? What are you eating? No!
Dylan.
Oh, it's a clip. It's a clip.
I've saved the clip with my toes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of more gullible people have a tendency to get tricked by con men and stuff like that, either out their money or to have sex with them, all kinds of things.
There's this... Wow, the sex with them thing is terrible. So there have been numerous
Was
cases...
sex that bad? Oh my god.
through the years of people who claim to be mediums. So women come to them and say, I've got really bad luck. And they'll tell you, oh, I can exorcise your bad luck by having intercourse with you.
But they're just mediums, not so good. What if they're large? Sorry.
You know what? On the other hand, I was like, oh, maybe there's something to their bad luck. But actually, no, your joke was worse.
Yes.
Oh, wow, it was
this
terrible.
is a bad joke challenge.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
But yeah, so the idea of sway in Chinese culture is very interesting as well, because it's like it's not just when your luck is down, when you're sway, it doesn't just mean things like you lose at gambling or you get bad hands at rolls. It also equates to things like ghosts will follow you. And
That's
shit
true.
like that.
This is where we do the...
Yes.
It's okay. 七个月 is over, so we're fine.
No, but it was hilarious because I have friends who would complain that every year they fan Tai Sui
Yeah.
and they have to pay
Yeah.
thousands of dollars to...
What temple they go to?
No, to... the fortune teller or the medium has an office and then
Yeah.
people queue up for the ritual.
Okay, so 犯太岁 is a thing in Taoist belief where, every year, certain zodiac signs supposedly will somehow piss off Jupiter. Tai Sui. Yes. I
Will
don't
piss
know.
off Jupiter.
So for some
It's
bizarre
better than pissing
reason,
off Uranus.
they annoy him and then he'll be like, oh, you are sway, you are going to be unlucky for the year. So you can mitigate this by going to a temple to pray to him and say, oh, I'm sorry, the pigs of everywhere have pissed you off this year. Please take this offering and let me not be unlucky. That sort of thing. But I've never heard of having to pay thousands of dollars for this, because usually what we do is we just go to the temple at Bugis and then we buy some incense and oh yes, Tai Sui, please don't be pissed, and then we
On the other hand, there are these mediums or geomancers who run businesses and have offices and literally receive
Yeah.
white collar workers who
Yeah.
come, during their lunch breaks, terrified that they're going to have bad luck for the rest of the year.
Yeah, you buy pretty things, right? You buy the Tai Sui pretty things. Like, pretty things, more expensive things. It's like how you could buy, what was it, votive offerings, right? Just like the prettier things you buy, apparently, the less the deities are pissed off with you.
Anything that human beings were trying to do to avoid the bonfires of
Into heaven, la 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 la. Our favorite song.
Another classic Sunday school
Yes.
melody.
Yes. Anyway,
Welcome to the fourth culture, where we really just feel a bit depressed about humanity. Speaking of depressed about humanity, instead, become a blood-sucking leech that preys on humanity this Thursday with us in our Session 0 of
yes.
Singapore by Night.
By nut.
We're playing Vampire the Masquerade. I've
Which
never
kind of
properly
nut?
played it.
Cashew? Pistachio? Singapore by nut?
Brazil.
But it's not
Singapore by
Singaporean.
Brazil by not.
Because that would be a Brazil. They're
Right.
nut.
True. What's the Singaporean nut?
I don't
Okay.
know.
Anyway, as Joe was saying,
Middle nut.
It's fine. The moment's passed. It's okay. Explanations are not necessary. Come.
so yes, Thursday, Vampire the Masquerade, Singapore, Singlish, Singaporean vampires. You don't want to miss it, but you don't know why.
Do I
Why
have
do
to
we-
vote for all these other categories? Because I do not know a lot of them.
Just random.
Is there T4C online in all of them?
No,
Can you type in?
no.
Okay, because
No.
you could just type in T4C online for all of them.
Really?
No, you can't. There's like top cosplayer, top you. Well,
Yeah.
I guess YouTube.
I mean,
don't
you
like-
you
I
dressed
don't
up like a
know.
monk once, Lisa. It's in the
Does anybody know? Do I have to randomly vote for random people, or can I just not?
I have no
Why don't you
idea.
just try to submit without,
Okay,
and then
okay,
see what happens?
okay.
So that's just a quick reminder. We've been nominated for something, and so just before we head back, we're about to go back
Thank you for your
into
vote.
our game.
Hey, so you don't
Yay.
have to.
We were nominated for the Game Pros Award in content creation, top Titterbridger campaign of the year category, top TTRPG campaign of the year. So yes, vote for us. That's T4C_online, not to be confused with all the other TTRPG games beginning with T. So yeah, vote for us. That'd be amazing.
Yay!
So-
Is it because we have 3 women in the game?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure,
Vote for
Game
her.
first, ma.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a
Cool.
good idea, Ramji. This was a good idea.
Yeah, awesome.
Mini Cheryl.
To have women in the show?
Yeah. Wow. Because that's a novel concept, isn't it?
Oh, I
Wow.
just
God
meant. I thought you
forbid.
meant announcing it in the intermission.
To be
I was
fair,
thinking-
I said nothing else.
when I started playing D&D about like a decade ago, there were like maybe 2 other women in the shop.
Oh, these two.
No.
Okay.
No, I wasn't close. Anywhere
you
close to the
born
shop.
Was that?
Yes, you were.
So, no, it's not 1 decade, it's 2. 2
But
Yeah,
she
2
was born.
decades.
decades!
But Lisa was born, so it's okay.
I was. But I did not recognize the sounds of the fax machine.
Lisa wasn't born when I first played D&D.
Ah, and then you played D&D, and then suddenly Lisa was created.
You made.
God,
Lisa born.
Lisa is one of my first
You made Lisa
characters.
born.
Wow.
Yes.
Right, because one of my first characters was a paladin with terrible luck. So it's yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Watch what you do, people. D&D leads to
Terrible
Lisa.
Oh,
Lisa.
Lisa.
leads to Lisa. Okay.
Cool. All right. As we get back, and we find ourselves literally. You guys are just finishing chatting with Tripicus, who has been telling you about the wonders of aligning your chakras and opening your various pathways to be able to control your aura. A bit about the nature of reality and how you all fit into it, and then finally one might say, you then ended up in a conversation with Lysandra, who talked to you about many things related to Urtu. Did a bit of exchange of money. You gave her, how much did you give her in terms of the second load of intern?
We were deciding about whether to give her the second load.
No, we haven't given.
Oh, you didn't give her.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
I've got 85 grams left.
yeah. So gave her 80, right?
I gave her 80.
So she took 80 grams of internal for you, and in exchange explained, that there was in fact another gate inside a barber shop, which was on the other side of town. Actually, not that far away, in fact, because of the nature of Sigil, but in the Shattered Temple district, in Tashad's barber shop. But along the way, also, you managed to intuit, perhaps, that maybe the other person who'd visited from Urtu was somebody you know, and flashed up a few pictures for her, and rather quickly discovered that, in some sort of time paradoxy way, Melina had arrived in Urtu, in Sigil, before you guys had arrived here. So that was odd.
So we were going to go see our lawyer, but now...
Well, now, I think the decision is to go look for Athena because Melina might be hunting her to bring her back to the Coral King, and that's not good. But hey, you've given lots of help. Lysandra, you've given lots of help. Hey, look, here's a unique instrument from our world. Bling, bling, bling. I think I'm my old lute that I don't play anymore.
Okay.
So I got Slayer. Oh, look, can I give this to you and just don't say anything to Melina if she finds you again about us. Don't say anything about us.
Is this worth anything? Is it?
Yeah, you could cast spells with it.
She looks at it, and you see her eyes glow a sort of golden color, and she goes, "Oh, it doesn't seem to have anything magical about it." But
got a wand of fireballs that nobody can use because I've got the bazooka, so I use fireballs.
We might need it one day. I'm telling you, I might need it one day.
Why are you giving?
I'm trying to because she's just giving away information to people. What if she gives some information about us to Melina?
But she didn't give us information about Melina, except for the fact that you literally showed her a picture of Melina and then said, "Is this the person?" And she just had to say it. So.
Yeah, but what if Melina can pay more than us? Which she probably can, because
yeah, but the thing is, she isn't giving us any other information about Melina.
You won't tell on us to Melina, will ya?
I didn't realize it was worth any money, but now it seems that it is. So, what's it worth it to you? Because I'll be honest here, this fine little instrument's beyond my ability, so not really my kind of thing. But if you manage to have a bit more of that,
Look,
the good shit.
We'll come back and talk about that.
don't, okay? Don't say anything. Okay, let's go, I guess.
No, Barra. She might not have had the idea to sell the information about us.
You won't.
Until you plugged it in her head.
Okay, well, she does now, so should I just give her the internal or not?
No. I mean, if she's going to tell, she's going to tell.
Or you can just pay me to not tell.
I don't know.
I'm pretty reliable. Once I'm sold, I'm bought.
I suppose, but then it becomes like a vicious cycle. And then, I advance on her.
You mean one of these?
Yeah, it becomes a vicious cycle because if we pay you so much and then somebody else pays you more, and then, it's like, how much money will it take?
Oh, Kuta. Bring it on, eh? Come on.
No. I don't want to go there,
Yeah, no, you don't. You really don't.
I don't, yeah. But sometimes...
Because honestly, it'll just kick off. Then Triplicus will have to get involved.
Yeah.
It might even pick your side.
Here you go. Here's some in time. I don't have a lot of in time.
How much you mean?
Like 10 grams.
She puts her hand out.
Just don't say anything, okay?
Done deal.
Okay.
Let's go.
Get inside.
Make roll.
Oh, not a great roll. Shit. This is not the right page. 9 plus
Me.
5, I wanna say, but I'm not sure. Your internet is slow.
5. 9 plus 5.
Hard to read. Like, you know, she's
No,
got
1. Then
concentric circles on her face, and you can see the blood veins kind of moving around in them a little bit, and various other things. So, very hard to get a clear read on it.
I'm just gonna say, like, look, don't say anything. Look, you're one of the first friends we made here, and like back where I come from, I want to call you a friend, and friendship means something. My name's Bazza. I'm gonna call you Lysanza. Okay, we're pals now. Can I roll persuasion?
Sure.
You're my pal. Net 1, but it's a 14 total.
So she sort of looks over and she goes, yeah, I mean, yeah, we're definitely pals, Bazza.
Okay,
We're good
Lysanza.
pals.
All right. Okay.
You're all right, Bazza.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. So,
What?
cafe? It's in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bazaar.
Yeah, the bazaar.
Choy says, before you go, would you mind just signing my book? Because I take this every week to the
Right, of
the
course.
people to let me know that I've done this service, and then they
Should I sign for the rest too?
I don't think we should put our real.
you don't have to. Whatever you sign, as long as you sign it, it'll pick up your psychic residue. It's fine.
Oh, so we each have to do it.
Ideally.
Yeah. Okay.
small question.
Yeah.
Have you happened to see this woman at one of your lectures before?
Melina.
7 or 8 days ago, probably. She would have-
Possibly. I did one 3 days ago. She wasn't at that one.
She has like these things in her head. She would have been pretty noticeable. I imagine like she would have been glowing like through the roof.
Apparently, her eyes turn red when she's pissed off.
You know, possibly. And the reason I say possibly is because I did have a thing about 5 or 6 days ago where there were a couple of people that were, hanging out in the corner. The corner was well lit earlier, but they were invisible. Invisible. That's the word. They were invisible. And I mean, I could see them. I could see their auras. And I went over and said, "Do you need any help?" And they were like, "No, I'm fine. Thank you very much." And I was like, "Okay, fine. Don't need me. I don't need you. I don't need your next creatures either." And so I went on my day. They didn't sign my book either. I was most upset, but that's fine because I managed to capture the psyche residue regardless.
Oh. How did you manage this interesting task?
I'm a good boy.
Well, that. I don't suppose we could sense the psychic residues.
I don't know. Could you?
I don't know. Can we? I look at the two Meiji people
I don't know. Can we?
in the book.
Where is it captured?
So he says, so he basically sort of points at the sort of inky print of a toe bean that it's like he flips the page back about 4 pages.
Right.
Goes, I printed it right there. And you can see there's a little sort of indentation in the paper where he put it.
Close my eyes and keep my third eye open. I'll try.
So, do you have any abilities that would help you here?
You had one. Do you have any more?
Do I have any more? I can keep using that.
Oh, really? You can keep using it? It's not once
I
a day?
don't think it's once per day.
No, this.
Use. Let me just double check.
Daily.
Oh, good
Yes, it
God.
is daily.
I almost
Sorry.
wanted to write down his name is Barticus. No, that's not right.
Oh.
I keep thinking Tripitaka.
The Tripitaka.
Okay. I don't. I can't. I mean, I can ask Aggie, but no, I'm still on the same day.
I don't think you can hear from here. But,
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have any special abilities.
So let's see, because no, I mean this is more of a it's more just of an imprint, a fingerprint, if you will, just to kind of, show that you were here, so I can
All right.
pass it on to the fraternity and of order, and they can feel comfortable that I've done my bit, and
Yeah.
I can carry on my research. It'll be good.
Now you have. I pressed the digitate. Like a very nondescript fish there. It's my idea of like being anonymous.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I just so I'll see you'll sign. Everything's good, and
Speaking of the fraternity, We were actually told to go and see them by two of the members of the Harmonium, Barry and Steve. They were the first people who saw us come into this place and said that we should go and speak to them. So where should we go if we wanted to speak to them?
Where did you speak to this Sir Barry and Sir Stephen?
Near the portal we came out from.
Oh, I thought we spoke to them at the information counter. Weren't they representatives of the fraternity?
Probably, if it's an information counter, it'll be run by them. Certainly,
okay.
it's sort of the kind of thing that they would do.
Right.
Did they give you rules?
Oh,
Yes.
we had to buy.
Then yes, that's
okay.
that's them. Yes.
We had to buy the Guide to Sigil Common pamphlet.
Oh, good. Good. It's a good trade. Good. Very well. How much did you spend on that?
250 of our gold.
Oh, that's just your gold. Well, that's very good. That seems like a very reasonable price. I'm sure that'll work out just fine in the exchange rate, as they say. Good stuff. Well, if there's anything more I can do for you, let me know. If you did desperately want to go to ground with me, I could make a trip. Hadn't been there for a while, actually. I have a bit of reputation back there, and get chased down a bit.
Well, we still might. But we're going to go to the cafe and see if we can.
It's the bitches, you see. They love me.
Yeah, I understand.
Do you have one in every postal code?
What?
Never mind. Let's go.
Okay.
Right. He's a funny one, isn't he? Good luck. Lovely to meet you. Be nice to the pit fiends. Or at least be polite. They're not known for... But they're very, very... honest. They follow contracts. That's probably the way to say it. That's probably my best advice to you. They're thoroughly scrupulous about their contracts. I wouldn't say that they were honest.
I'm glad we've got Barra with us then.
Yeah, I know.
Right, cafe hopping. Let's go.
Okay, yeah.
I don't see race.
So you now head off and you head back outside. I need you guys, because you're basically looking for a random cafe in the bazaar, right? So we'll do this as a very brief skill challenge, if you will. So I need each of you to tell me how you're going to use your skills, because the bazaar is quite large. It is probably about half a mile to a mile long, and then it kind of spreads out into different buildings along the way. And I have, foolish me, I've only modelled a few bits of it here. So,
no, Kaman's very certain that he's got it mapped out in his head already. He's like, I know which ones it is. He's using survival. He knows exactly the path that we're going to take to optimize the cafe hopping.
all right. So go roll survival.
Survival!
Oof.
That's a natural one.
What
10.
the?
Wow, you having fun with that today. Okay, so so Kaman walks off in a direction feeling very, very comfortable, and you hear Bob go, Kaman,
Uh-huh.
Kaman,
Yeah?
I'm sure, rule number one, but he's gone the wrong way, and I don't know.
Come on, you're going the wrong way.
But this is what the map says.
Are you looking at the map?
Well, the map's upside down.
It's a ring. Can't be upside down. You're just bad.
Then which way do I look at it? Oh, I'm supposed to look at this. Oh.
Okay. Yeah. God, I can't believe you were looking at a ring upside down.
Good job.
I'm sorry, I'm
Nice
lost.
catch. It's okay. You were going the right direction if we were going the wrong way.
Yeah.
Positive.
All roads lead back to
It's so
Rome.
sweet.
You know,
Yeah, we got there eventually. You didn't break rule number one. Everything's okay, right?
I mean, it's a circle.
Yeah,
Going
exactly.
the long way.
It's just like wherever you go, there you are.
There is no wrong way. It's just the long way.
I like it.
Yeah, it's very good.
There is
Slogan
no
for
long way. It's just the wrong
Yeah,
way.
okay.
Sorry, folks.
There is no.
I'll roll a.
It's just a long
So yeah.
I'll roll a persuasion. I'm just gonna really check out I'll remember like in my brain what the inhabitants of that cafe look like, and I'm gonna go, really, I try to model my behavior on those like inhabitants like of the cafe, and I go, I could really God, just speak slightly above like a normal conversational level. I could really head for a nice cafe which just serve this type of drink, like somewhere in the market square. Oh God, I wonder where I could go.
It's performance, not persuasion.
Yeah, I will do performance, sure. Yeah,
Performance.
25.
Nice.
So yeah, relatively simply, you sort of think, that seems like quite a cool hipsterish kind of place where the young people go. So you reach down and you kind of double cuff your trousers so you can see a bit of ankle, kind of pop your boot socks down and everything else. And then there's a point where you sort of like deal with your abs and you kind of like give yourself a bit of, how am I going to do this? And then a bit later you find a little beanie hat and pop the old beanie hat in your head. And then
Is it not a beret?
You're there going, yeah, this is it. I'm with the gang. I'm cool. And so you start talking about how you just need somewhere to like, you just want somewhere to like handle your drip, and in order to be able to like, you somewhere that's got half decent place to park your whip, and then you and your drip can go and have some drip, and then so.
The exact reaction of Kie.
Yeah, exactly. And so someone else instead sort of yells out and goes, "Yo, dog! I hear you want some drip with your drip."
Yeah, I want some fucking drip with my fucking drip.
Well, I know the place you can have some drip with your drip. You want head up on north. It's it's Hubwood. It'll get you there. There's a great cafe up there. You should go check it out.
Oh, that's perfect, man. I just want someone to park my whip. And
yeah, cool drip. Cat like you. They got parking in the back. They even valet.
Oh yeah, valet. Yeah, I'm a valet girl. I mean, something like that.
Yes, you are, my friend.
I am.
You own that.
I can't be anything I want to be.
Nice trousers.
Thanks.
As this sort of burly orc woman kind of like just sort of smiles at you as she's walking around the other way.
Okay. So I lead the party
in that direction.
Okay.
Cool.
Other
Kia,
skills?
what you doing?
I'm using my acrobatics to kind of go from one window to another. So I look in and try and see as fast
You're
as I can.
parkouring your way around, are you?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Aha! 17 plus 9.
25.
Yeah, you whiz around, in fact, to the point at which you're just kind of like bouncing from one to the other. And after a while, it just becomes a bit fun because you're just like boing, 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 like on a trampoline. And if you'd rolled anything other than like a half decent roll, I'd have made you do the trampoline thing and then fall through the roof of one. Because I once almost killed Hans in a similar situation.
What?
But never actually. Oh, it was so close.
Wait.
3 hit points from genuinely. Because he was abusing the merchant as well, right? He fell off a roof in the rain, fell into this car. The merchant was like, "What are you doing?" And so he was being Hans. He was like, "Ugh," and so the merchant just started beating the hell out of him. He had like 6 hit points left. Anyway, so
Hans is furiously shaking his head and giving a thumbs down.
he's not happy about it.
Yeah.
He's not happy that we cut to that segue. Anyway, nevertheless, you bounce from this roof to roof, and every now and then you kind of jump off one of these little, awnings, and then sort of trampolines into the next one. And every now and then, hey, what's that? Oh, yeah, fuck off, Berg. Oh, bloody hell, at least buy something. Right? But beyond that, you kind of manage to move yourself up, and you see a sign over there with some hip and groovy kind of hats with like, with like weird sort of like beanie hats and a bit of a slouch and skin showing through between their socks and their trousers, right? They all seem to be hanging out. And so you're like, oh, maybe that's where losers are like that.
I'm doing that. Every second step.
Yeah, you're doing like a pimp slouch. As we go to Sheena.
Okay. I'm going to climb on top of Bob, and then from there, as a vantage point, use perception to look to see if anyone is following us.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very
well,
Good idea.
Yes. I leave it in. Yes!
Rolls
No, it's
so
a
far.
19.
Nice, very nice, very nice. So you do get the impression you're being followed.
Uh-oh.
You, over the course of everybody walking around after you, and on the way to this cafe, which you sort of, after stepping into a few others and figuring a few bits and pieces out, you determine is called. One second. You determine it's called.
Sorry.
Immel's Happy Tongue.
Immel's Happy Tongue. Is that a spell?
It is now. But yes, this restaurant is called Immel's Happy Tongue. And it took you a while to figure it out, but it's basically it's actually more of a bistro than a cafe. There seem to be people serving lots of things there. They're very, very fine and fancy, but it's sort of like it's the fine and the fancy meets the hipster kind of thing.
Right.
So like, there's the hipster people over there with their sort of like, random spell books open with the Apple logo on their spell book and everything else, with their headphones in, just doing no work at all, right? Like literally, it's not even powered on, right? Versus, on the other side, there's the people who are drinking, expensive drinks out of flutes and, eating food.
Did you see Always Be My Maybe? Anyway, like there's the female comedian. Did you guys
I didn't watch it, but
Randall
I
Park.
heard of it.
Ellie Wong and Randall Park, and Ellie Wong like meets her boyfriend Keanu Reeves
Yeah.
in a cafe, which is just like that. They listen to the sound of the.
It's Ali Wong and Keanu Reeves in the film.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that's
listen to the sound of the cow crying as they eat the beef.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's so
Anyway,
Keanu Reeves.
just like that.
Keanu Reeves is Keanu Reeves, right?
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
So good in that show.
Just, I sometimes wonder if, like, at some point, just before the universe ends, that we're going to realize that Keanu Reeves isn't as cool as he is. But he seems pretty awesome.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
Anyway, yeah, that cafe.
Well, great. Oh, fucking wonderful. So yes, very much like that one. So as a result, they're just there, and you do see there's a couple of people that are like, "Hey man, you're harshing my vibe over here," and it's like, "Sir, if you've been sat at this table for at least 7 hours now, you need to have more than one glass of water."
Wait, does Yrsa tell us that somebody's following us
Do I see anyone following us?
What you see,
on a 24?
what you see with your 24 is gaps in the crowd of people, as if somebody would be there. So people like, the people just move around.
Shit.
And there's a couple of those. And initially it's just like, yeah, whatever. But then after 5 minutes more, you've moved in one direction and they're following. And then 5 minutes after that, you've carried on and they're still there. Obviously it's moved along with you. You're like, well, either like you're trailing some strange traffic calming measures behind you, or there's people following you that are able to be invisible.
Okay, I'm going to call up Barra.
Hey, yes, sir.
Hey,
Hey,
yeah.
you're
So,
watching
huh?
the vibe.
So, huh?
Hey, you're watching the vibe.
Yeah, I just
gonna get
wanted
some
to
whip.
check where are we heading, and then after that, I'll ask. I'm trying to give you the sign to like message me.
Yeah.
So you have to say something.
Hey, I just want to go to this place to get some drip and park my whip.
Oh, I have no idea what the fuck you're just saying. The people following us, they're invisible.
Oh, fuck. The same invisible people
Yeah,
that
yeah. So what?
you saw.
If you think you know where Athena is, do not fucking go into that place. We will go around. Go to somewhere else.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You are literally outside Immel's Happy Tongue restaurant.
I walked past
Yeah,
Immel's
go
Happy Tongue
in.
restaurant.
Tell Kaman to go with you, otherwise he will give up the ghost. He will give up now.
Come on. So first of all, I messaged Kie, who's like still on the roof somewhere. Hi Kie. Yeah, it's like I got new information. It's this way. Like I just messaged her like people are following us. Like, we're gonna lead them to the wrong path. And Kaman, who's obviously got no freaking clue what's going on. I'm like, hey, this way.
Okay.
There's the girl of my dreams, Athena. She's like about, I don't know, just like 20 feet down.
Shit, I'm supposed to say that out loud.
Shit. Oh no, oops.
Make perception roll.
Oh shit, the roll is really bad today.
Oh no.
You rolled a 2.
That's 10.
Okay. Cool. You head off further up the bazaar.
I messaged Yrsa. Are they still following us?
I try to look at the spots where I didn't see people.
As you sort of headed your way up past Nimmels, and you kind of sort of turn, as you move on, you turn down Saints Boulevard, and there are all around you. You can see that, like Sigil's not like anywhere else you've been, meaning that every single stall could be your Theatre Mars, entire business. Right, and they're all very, very, very special. Like I said before, how you wander around like Singaporean strip malls, and then there's that one business that sells left-handed screws, right? And you're just there going, "What the fuck is that business? How does it stay in business?" Right? But it's just every size of left-handed screw, no nuts because that's my brother and he's like 14 shops over, right? But just left-handed, similar kind of thing, right? They're all very specialized, except for a few that are then specialized. So any vertical, any horizontal, anything you need. There seems to be someone here that will sort it out, right? So as you're kind of wandering through all this stuff, the rush of people around you almost takes an organic sensation of like breathing, like as people move in and out. So I'm going to need another perception roll from you, please.
Sure. While I do this, I shove the rule book at Kaman. Can you check if there's a section on fighting? Thank you.
I'm reading it furiously.
Yay!
23.
Nice. So you do still see these two people, or these two holes that people flow around.
What do the rules say about violence and self-defense and fighting?
So, the rules are very clear about the fact that don't fuck with Sigil. So you Burks can fuck each other all day long. But if you mess with the city, or you mess with people or you mess with any of the factions, the Harmonium don't care. The factol of the fraternity doesn't care. Right? They're perfectly happy with you pissing on anyone else you want, right? But if you mess with Sigil, you mess with the Dubbers, you mess with the Lady of Pain, or you mess with the actual workings of the city itself, you're gonna have a bad time.
Don't damage the city. Don't damage the city's workers.
Don't randomly kill people in the city.
Don't hurt anyone else other than those you fully intend to.
Well, they look very badly on collateral damage.
Yeah, that's what it says. So we have to be very precise about what we do
Okay. So,
if we do get into an altercation of any sort.
yeah, I start to.
I try to see if I can surreptitiously point out the two lobang, the two voids.
Sure. Who are you pointing at to?
Okay, you look over there at the turquoise shirt. Yeah, see next to it is kind of empty. I point out to who else is on Bob.
No one.
No,
Nobody.
we can get on if you want.
Bob is on Bob.
Okay,
Okay,
so I'll tell the others to get out on board. Like, we'll move faster this way. Come on. Then after that, I'll whisper to the closest one who's probably.
I don't know that beats rule number one, because I don't think you will move fast, because Kie really moves through a crowd.
Shh. But this is a mission. Currently, there are two people following us. They are invisible.
Where?
I don't look.
Oh.
Yeah, your job is to keep moving forward and move where we tell you to go, okay?
Aye.
Then I'll whisper to Kaman since he can see the best.
The thing is, I can't see invisible.
I know. You don't
you
have
see the
to.
two
You
lobang?
just need to see the horse.
Okay, can I see?
Wait. I pull out the obsidian stone statue.
Marshall! Marshall!
Also can see invisible.
Yes.
I can also see him.
Welcome,
I was gonna
It's been
dispel
such a
magic
long
the
time.
invisibility, but that works much better.
Yeah.
We summon Marshall.
Yes. With the magic words.
Who's Marshall's voice again? Hello.
Wait. We must summon him with the magic
Oh,
words.
yes, go on.
Oh,
We place the obsidian creature on top of Bob. Who's a good boy?
I am best boy.
Hello, Marshall.
Oh, we haven't seen you for a while.
Oh, wow.
really long time.
Yeah.
I've had a long nap. It's been great. Who's this?
Oh, this is Bob.
Friend.
And Bob goes, don't pee on me.
I don't think he's capable of peeing on you, but okay. He's not actually a dog. He's a. Never mind. It's okay. You're safe.
Bob just carries on.
Yeah, sure.
And Marshall goes,
You're a good boy. Yes. Can you see over there? Ah, yes, great. Can you see over there?
Hi.
Next to that woman in the orange shirt.
How far are they? How far are these gaps?
Great question. I need to see how far Marshall can see as well.
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay. They're within 60 feet, give or take.
Are they within 30 feet?
Nope.
Okay.
No, they're sort of like the ebb and flow of the crowd. If you
Okay.
wanted to like hang back and see if they could be within 30 feet, but you'd have to see them and you have them.
No, I mean I can see the hole supposedly.
Can you?
Oh no, I did he know this?
He didn't roll anything.
Oh, are you gonna roll?
No, it's only Yrsa didn't book Marshall out.
Okay.
So yeah, so Marshall turns around and goes, yeah, I see people.
Okay.
What do they look like?
Yeah, what do they look like?
Is one of them like a hobgoblin lady with like a this green band around the back of her head?
A goblin lady with a green band around the back of her head.
Tell you
Looks
what.
back and goes, no. No. Looks back and goes, you mean like that one? As he looks forward,
Right.
and as you all turn back around, and you see he stood 30 feet in front of you, waiting patiently, perhaps, one hand sort of like rather jauntily on her hip, the other hand holding a sort of short rod of some sort. You see Melina just staring straight at you guys.
Yeah, no one?
And on that bombshell is where
I grabbed the bag and just poked the hole.
Grab your clips! And so,
Hold a knife to the back. Don't come any closer.
right, so we two things. The first is to remind you, because you've all done it already, and we've all gone absolutely said how much you love us all. But if you do have the opportunity, please go to Gamers and vote for us. If you go to thegamers.com/vote, #content creation. The link is in the chat, or will be in the chat anyway. Please vote for us on the T4C Online. We are in the top TTRPG campaign of the year.
Woo! Maybe with your help, we
With
could
your
be.
And this Thursday, join us for session 0. That is session 0 of our new Singapore by Night.
Wait. We need a theme song. No,
Oh,
What's that?
oh wow, that's so wow.
Oh,
You're gonna get arrested.
oh dear.
but you know, in a cool way.
Sexy national anthem.
Stop,
No,
guys!
no.
Stop!
I'm reasonably certain you can't do this.
It's gonna
I'm
come
pretty
down
sure.
on the door.
I'm pretty sure. Like, we're gonna have to figure out how we do Singapore Night, but not take into any disrepute the office of anybody
Yeah.
or the office of anyone. But nevertheless,
The orifice? Okay.
oh boy. And welcome and join us in Bangkok by Night, which we'll be doing on Thursday.
Dracula.
No, so we'll be doing that. Ed will be at the helm of that. And so that'll be at 7 p.m. this Thursday. We'll do session 0. I'm quite excited, as I haven't played Vampire for an awfully long time. Jo is quite excited because she hasn't played Vampire for a less awfully long time. And Sheena is quite excited because she hasn't played Vampire since about Tuesday. So,
Like, literally, we'll all be. Oh, so Sheena, how does this work?
so if I cut myself in, good stuff. And beyond that, I think all it's going to do is say, Hans, play us out with our theme song. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you next week, or Thursday, or
Thursday.
on the website.
Thursday.
Thursday. Come see us
See you
on
on Discord.
Thursday.
Yes.
Behold thine heroes as they observeth the troubled lands and stormy sea. They have have no choice, it's national service for Marabanda survey team 3. A goblin captaincy, elven cleric, one small and green, one tall and blue, stoned halfling monk and bard who dedicates its campaign anthem to you. Parents sing the holidays party, who streams sweet D&D. The full culture is our name, but you can call us T4C. Asian influence on rule with less Eurocentricity. Now for some Asia Pen Gang chants featuring Audi and Randy.
One coffee seat up for me.
Coffee seat up for me. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi.
新赛了，艾伦来了。
新赛了，艾伦来了。Dragon power. Dragon power.
I sound quite transatlantic, actually.
Anyway, this is our party and we're actually very fun. We all roleplay